5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're old, groaning like a geezer.
You guys did it. You finally did it. You voted for something other than Marvel and DC. And I got to say, okay, you know, Gary always has a beef. Well, I've got a beef and I'm going to share it right now. I post these polls and then you guys complain to me that it lacks originality, but then you vote for the same stuff all the time. So it's really not my fault. So I appreciate you guys reaching out a little bit beyond Marvel and DC and saying, hey, let's do those Charlton characters that I think probably Steve Ditko created most of. So it should be a fun show today. And I just want you guys to accept responsibility for the product on this show instead of trying to blame me for it all the time. And once we've accomplished that, then I'm ready to move on. By the way, we were late, not because I'm old, but because Gary was late. So I don't want to hear I'm getting on my case about that either. Man, I look old. You know, I got to go in here and adjust my facial features. Thankfully they have that. There we go. That softens my, there we go. Don't I look better now? You don't have all like the harsh lighting. I look all smooth and young now. Brother. All right. Here's a guy who is considerably younger than me. It's David Williams. Hello, David.
I don't feel it.
I don't know if any of us feel it, but it is true. I think I got about 8 years on you.
Yeah.
Well, let me bring in a guy who's got 8 years on me, and that's really saying something. It's Gary Martin. Give or take. Give or take.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Aaron, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why do women, I know I'm going to get in trouble here.
No, I'm an expert on women. So.
Insist on covering their beds with pillows?
Dude, it's not just their beds. It's couches. It's chairs.
Exactly. It's like they have to collect pillows. It's almost like they're stockpiling ammo for a global pillow fight.
I think I would go out on a limb, and I don't know if it's going out on a limb, but I would say that it's because they want that home and garden sort of look, you know? So it's like, it's a decorative thing, but it's not practical because you can't sit on them. So you get your couch or bed all dressed up, and then you got to throw all the
married men know the nightly ritual of tossing pillows. The bed pillows on the floor.
On the floor. That's exactly right. It makes no sense, but there it is. But I think it's all a looks thing. And here's a guy that's all about his looks, Dan Lawless.
You know, this is really good news for fat guys. I mean, if you have a big pillow yourself, I mean,
I see. So you could
a definite draw, I would think. You know,
okay. I got you. All right. Yeah, we've seriously have probably 10 pillows, throw pillows on our couch, so you can't even sit down. So we like throw them all into one of the corners of the couches so we can sit down. And then I don't get it. I really don't. But I think it's a look. It's a fashion thing. But man.
Well, our pillows, you kind of need them because their couch is so deep. You kind of got to have them.
I see. All right, we just got a crappy couch, and but getting rid of a couch, when you buy a new couch, not only is it expensive, but then you have to get rid of the old one. And that requires lifting and moving. And I'm beyond that stage in my career where lifting heavy things and moving. I used to do it because I was like, look how strong I am. Now I'm like that. Forget it.
It goes from can I lift it to should I lift it?
Yeah, exactly.
Remember the old days? It's like you try to lift the barbell and you're like, and I can't quite do it. Like I don't do that anymore.
Getting rid of old furniture is like a whole big thing, and depending on what kind of neighborhood you live in, if you could do the hillbilly thing and just set your couch on the curb and hope somebody takes it away.
Yeah, well, what happens now in this area is you put a couch out there and you've got a whole homeless community living in your yard.
They just live on it.
You go, oh, hey, we can stay here. So Stealth X5 bringing us $2 with a big hello today. Thank you for that, Stealth. Appreciate it very much. All right, let's see who's in the chat here, and then we will get down to business. Creative Faye is here. She says, I'll draw one of the Charlton Heroes, but I'll be working on my comic. Why? Thank you for including us in your work day. You know, do a little Charlton work there while you're working on your own thing. Appreciate that. Corum says this should be interesting. I don't know why he thinks that, Gary, but there it is.
Well, I think he thinks every show will be interesting.
Or he hopes. He hopes it is.
You know, I just realized there's something I can do to annoy you guys and everyone in the chat. Like the whole show, I'll call them Charleston characters.
They're Charleston from the 20s.
I love those Charleston characters.
Yeah, I'm already annoyed. Yeah. Didn't
they used to have that big long candy bar, chocolate and caramel, called the Charleston Chew? Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's a good old day. You could get like it was like 10 cents or 15 cents for it. It was like this long. It was
massive,
Oh, we're sounding like old guys.
Yeah.
You could get 15 cents.
And Three Musketeers were freaking huge. And that was always, they weren't my favorite candy bar, but I felt like I was getting the most for my money. So I'd always get them.
Yeah. What was because the major ones were Milky Way and Three Musketeers and Snickers. Which of the three was the big three?
Snickers was always, I thought, the best.
I like Milky Way. I like caramel.
I never got Milky Way because my mom always got that, and I was like, "Was that make me a wuss?" But now they have this dark chocolate Milky Way that's really phenomenal. So
you ever get Abba Zaba?
Is that white stuff with the?
Yeah, taffy.
Yes, I have had it. It's kind of like taffy, but I don't know what it is.
It is taffy.
Okay, but wasn't there peanuts in it or something?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I did get that a couple times. I like it too. It's good. But I got to go chocolate. If that's an option, it's always my first option. It's something with chocolate in it. But I have had Abba Zaba on more than one occasion, but it's been a while.
What up, my Snicker?
Oh,
shit. You heard it here, folks. All right. Randy Howell's here. He's suggesting E-Man, and that's kind of where I'm leaning at the moment.
E-Man?
Rand Erickson is here. Yeah.
The only guys I know is Pacemaker and Blue Beetle, right? That's like
Pacemaker. You mean Peacemaker?
I mean Peacemaker, yeah.
Pacemaker.
When you he's an older superhero.
Yeah, as part of the geriatric superhero group. Pacemaker.
Peacemaker. Okay, got it.
No, there's Blue Beetle. There's The Question. There's Captain Atom. There's Judo Master. There is the Ghost. There's who am I forgetting?
I'm just saying the ones I know of. The ones I know.
Well, I'm just throwing them out there, Dan.
I saw that somebody brought that up on X. It reminded me I'd forgotten about that character. I would never buy that book off the stands, but if I'm going on vacation,
which one?
And the pickings are slim, that's when I would buy Judo Master.
Judo Master.
That and Judo Master and Jerry Lewis. That was my vacation.
That's rough stuff.
Marcus Killer Group, purveyor of all things pop culture knowledge, is joining us. Best Age Comics is here. Robert the Bruce Clint Lowe, waiting for Aaron Lopresti, like always. You know, Gary, I am so sick of getting this bum rap You know, these narratives get started by on
Well,
the internet.
Aaron, it's your show. So I can be 20 minutes late and it'll still be your fault.
Well, anyway, we'll get that out of the way right now. Let's see. Hey, there's Dan Lawless in the chat. Eric Boyd Art is here. Who else we got? Let's zip through this. There's Stealth again. Rand, Clint Lowe. Unbuggable is here. A lot of these people look like they were getting bored in the chat waiting. Like we were an hour late or something. It was like 7 minutes.
I think we said before, this is the guy who probably works for the CIA, right? Because he's unbuggable. He knows all the tricks.
That's right. Yeah, I think you're right. Gemini Dragon is here. He says, I always accept responsibility by blaming others. I like that. Let's see here. Ron, the chat has been on your case for being late for the past 10 minutes. So it's not just now. Byron Smith is here. Let's see. Now they're talking about the pillows. All men love pillows, Gemini Dragon says. I mean breasts. So I guess it depends on what you refer to boobies as. Clint Lowe has 2 Valiant decorative pillows. That is the strangest thing, that Valiant. I can't even see Marvel doing throw pillows, but Valiant, that's very strange. But good for you.
Well, it's even stranger that you bought Valiant pillows.
Do you remember Marvel, like in the late 60s, had those ads for like Marvel pillows that had, I don't know if they were pillowcases or if they're actually the entire pillow. They had like the Hulk on it and Spider-Man. You don't remember those?
I don't remember Marvel pillows, no.
I'm going to have to dig that ad up because it was like in all like 1968-ish and all the ads and all those old books. Goody Two-Shoe says more pillows equals women's success. Could be
Really?
there. Crazy Cat 9 says, what's the theme? Little Orphan Annie? I don't know where that came from.
What?
Matthew Mumas says, you can never have too many pillows, says greedy salespeople. I think you're onto that.
Well, that's true.
Byron Smith says there's 8 pillows on the couch that I'm currently sitting on. There you go. It's right there.
Well, that depends on how big your couch is. 8 pillows would completely cover my couch.
That's true. I do have a sectional, so I have a little bit bigger. Craig 69, get it? I'm not here, or am I? He says. Corey Landis showing up. Sean Allen is here. Pity Ma joining us. Night Elf DK. Dan is so old he can only think of a pacemaker. That doesn't even make any sense.
It does, yeah.
Dan is so old he can only think of a pacemaker.
Right, and that's the mind's at that.
That's all that's on your mind is.
I don't
know.
Right.
Is your pacemaker?
It makes sense to me.
Working properly today.
That's crazy.
Are you crazy? Is that your problem?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. In fact, I'm going to throw this in there too. That was weak. If you guys got to come with jokes,
you're a tough crowd, Darren. You're a tough crowd.
Beatty. Beatty was working me over on my Sunday show. He's doing like double time now. He like shows up whenever I'm streaming.
Working you over. It sounds like you're in the gym and he's in the ring and he's just punching you.
He's like a loan shark that I own money to. He just shows up in the chat and works me over.
You're gonna break your thumbs, man.
Yeah,
you gotta break your drawing finger.
Demon Visorak is here. Let's see. I never heard of Demon Visorak. There's Phil Diaz is joining us. There's D Whams in the chat, and I think I got everybody. Look at this. Beatty is just he was capping on me for our last week's show, Graybeard's show, where we had the chat problem and everything, and we did Travis. Although David his Travis was wrinkled up paper.
Hey, technically nobody did Travis.
I got some people saying, "Hey, that's not bad, Aaron." So I'll take that.
I had it not that bad, although I said it.
Hey, both of you smoking crack doesn't count.
I thought last week's show was pretty entertaining. I don't know what John's talking about, man. Randy says, have we ever done Gold Key?
Nope.
I don't think
I did Turok once. Why did we? That might have been Valiant though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Valiant.
Now, who did like?
I think if Gold Key was a category to vote for, I don't think Rand, you'd probably be the only one to vote for it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, wait a minute. Did Gold Key publish like Little Lulu or what did they? Who published Little Lulu? Was it Harvey? Wasn't it?
That was Harvey, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we should do Harvey, Gold Key, and then give me some other obscure thing and see which one wins.
That's a good idea.
Then we'll have to do one of them. All right. Oh, he says Samson. Gold Key did a Samson book.
Oh yeah. That's right. They did a lot of painted covers.
Yeah, that's right. They had all those. Yeah, that's right. Wasn't Solar Man of the Atom? Was that originally Gold Key too?
That sounds familiar.
Before Valiant bought them all up, and Magnus was Gold Key, because that was all, like you said, they were all doing those painted covers back then. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, we could do. Look at that, right there. It is. Eric Boyd said we could do Archie, Gold Key, and what I say that Harvey.
Brian says Dell. Rather do Dell than Archie.
Well, Dell was like mostly movie adaptations, weren't they?
Yeah.
So interesting. We'll see. I guess they did some Walt Disney though, probably. That's interesting. Yeah, we should go like super obscure. Although David picks next week, and he says he's got like the ultimate category choices. So he's playing it very close to the vest. He's not telling me what it is. So we will find out though. All right. Marcus Killigrew says Samson by Sam Glanzman. How about that?
Really?
These people like know stuff in our chat. We have the smartest chat, except for Beatty, but most of the people in the chat are like super smart. I'm getting my shots in early before he starts piling on. Okay. All right, let's do a little round of.
Wait. We got Unbuggable's comment here. It says, so Dan is doing the Pacemaker and the Bingo Bandit.
Is there a Bingo Bandit? There probably that sounds so stupid. There probably is.
There's some kind of band. He's switching the words.
Okay.
Well, there's the people raiding old folks' homes and while they're playing bingo and making off with the.
Yeah, they've got the Pacemaker and the Bingo guy and the total geriatric crowd.
Now look a couple comments right below John Beatty's comment. Read John Beatty's.
Where is John? Oh, David, you need to join a younger group. That's why awesome. Beatty won't come on. He'd be the oldest guy on the show if he did.
Oh, is that it? Oh, okay.
Just throwing it out. I'm pretty sure that's accurate, but I don't know John's birthday, so I can't say for sure. But I kind of feel that would be true.
We got to get him on. How do we do that, guys?
How do we get Beatty on here?
Yeah,
we have to raise money and probably a lot.
We get to pay him for his time.
Oh my! Where's my invite? We invite you every week. Oh my gosh! You're officially
what he means by Beatty speak. Let me translate.
Yeah, where's my money?
How much are you going to pay me?
Where's my cash offer?
Although I have to admit, I'm a little afraid too, of him. So I mean, he's formidable in the chat. I mean, if he's here on live, it's there's no stopping him.
You're already drop it in the chat.
John is what, the link?
Yeah.
All right. I'll do that.
No. See, he imagine there's no stopping him though if he comes on the chat and on the show.
Well, wait a minute. If I can't drop it in the chat, because then everybody will just jump in who wants to.
Right.
You don't have to let everybody in though.
You can't put the link.
They'll show up down here in the file.
Yeah, they'll show up, but they don't necessarily. They can't go on the show. Just they'll be showing up.
John, I'm
probably no one will do that though.
I'm dropping it in your Facebook messages. All right.
We have very respectable chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how it goes. So last time I dropped something in Beatty's was like 2 years ago, and I'm still waiting to hear from him.
You're still waiting for an answer?
Is he frozen? Are you frozen?
No, well, my picture is because I opened up a tab. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we can still hear you. Unfortunately.
This ain't Facebook. Go on YouTube, John. He said I don't have Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, that would okay. Is he on X?
What about X? Does he have X?
But if you give it to them, and it gives you options to if you put it in the chat.
No, it doesn't.
What social media do you have, John? We'll send it to you, or just an email.
It says YouTube.
Yeah, it gives you an option to go through YouTube.
Now, John Beatty's on Twitter right now. I'm looking at his thing. So I'm sending it to you on Twitter, Beatty.
You're looking at his thing?
I'm not. Okay. I'm looking at his. Judas Priest.
How old are you, dude?
I didn't know he was sending those pictures.
He said, I'm 5.
All right. Here is the link. It's going in your X right now.
All right. This is called Dead Air.
There it is. Okay. Beatty has been officially invited. So if he doesn't show up, it's on him.
No.
Nothing to do with me. I'm not going on X. See, look, he's just making excuses. You don't have to read anything. Just go to your messages and get the link. That's all you have to do.
This is worse than you. You don't want to press buttons. He doesn't want to read.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably not logged in, and that's he's got to go find the password and get in there, and it's a pain in the ass.
I'm telling you.
And also, John, you don't have to draw if you don't want to.
He just John says he sent his email via chat.
Where is it? Aaron, you're frozen. Yeah, I know I'm frozen. I don't have Facebook. Meanwhile, Peacemaker faces off against Polydent Prisoner.
That's awesome.
I'm not seeing Beatty's emails.
Yeah, me neither.
Beatty, put your email again in the chat.
Is it possible to send a message through?
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
I gotta mod you. Hang on a second. That's why. This is like
no, you're gonna make
This is becoming really complicated.
Yeah, well,
we're so organized.
He doesn't have to do anything. I'll do it.
This is a professional show, guys. We have here.
So we are like on top of it. Okay, here we go.
This is riveting, says Marcus.
Okay.
John, look at the power you have. You just hint that you might consider coming on the show, and look what's happened.
Okay,
for 10 minutes, Aaron is.
I just made Beatty a moderator, so he can post his email in the chat. Oh, is that your new print?
That's my print. The first print I ever made.
Let's go out of order. Here you go, Dan. This is a little show and tell. We're waiting to see if Beatty shows up.
It's the first print I ever made, and as you know, you guys, I drew this on the Graybeard show.
Now, is that the paper you're going to use for the print?
This is 100-pound. It's really cool. I mean, you can.
Will it roll? Does it roll? You can put it in a tube.
You can roll it, sure.
Okay.
But I actually am mailing them flat.
Dude, that is so much work.
I may roll. I'll see. I'm starting by mailing them flat, the first ones. So I may get something that I roll. I may get a box to roll it in. But I want to send it in a box. But it turned out great. It's just the colors. It's just it's so much fun. Of course, I switched it. I don't own Mad, so I had to switch it to Fan. I made it just Fantastic Science, but it's really, really cool. And there's 100. So you got to go to my Ko-Fi page. It's Kofi Dan Lawless, and
no,
there you can get them.
You're not selling those on your website?
You can go to my website too, but it's easier. It'll just send you to the Ko-Fi then page. So from the website, so might as well go directly to the Ko-Fi page. And of course, I got original artwork there. I've got tutorials that I now have. I put some of the tutorials behind a paywall of mine, so it's kind of cool. They're not expensive now, but anyways,
nice.
But I love it. It's fun. It's cool, and like I said, though, there's 9 gone, and so there's only 100. They're gonna go, and
you hear that, Gary? He loves it.
Yeah. I'm biting my tongue.
What? Who could not love this picture? It's cool.
That was your cue to hold it up again.
Well, you want to look at this or do you want to look at my mug? Okay. Well, Gary, Aaron, get me off screen.
Well, that's a good point.
So there you go.
Yeah,
That's a print, and Dan loves it. So
Yep.
I want you guys to know that Dan's website address is listed. The link for that is in the description of this video. All right. So, David, you got something you want to share with us?
Yeah, I got two things, and they're both in our private messages. One is regarding our show today with the Charlton characters.
Okay.
And the other is just a bunch of art on my page that you could go check out.
All right.
Oh, you mean your X, the message in the X?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I want everybody to know that Beatty has been sent the link via email. So I've done all I can.
Ooh.
And now, Aaron, your frozen screen made you look like perpetually befuddled.
Yeah.
Well, I look like that anyway, though. So, all right. So here's what David is going to share with us this week. I would have thought that Star Trek might have a copyright on Vulcan, but apparently not.
So this is a Charlton character. I didn't know when I was. This is like some of my early DC work. Like,
What year was this?
I can't even remember. I think I was probably 18 when I did this.
Dude, you started working professionally when you were like 16, right? Or something
Yeah.
like crazy like that?
Yeah.
Is he wearing anything underneath that skirt?
Exactly.
I don't really see anything like that slit there.
So Al Gordon inked this. And like I said, I didn't know much about this character. Also, I had I'm making excuses for this drawing. I had direction for Al to do all this kind of zipatone stuff that Gary would do, because it filled out the background more, because I had a blank thing for buildings to be there and zipatoned and all this kind of stuff, and he just said, nah.
Just filled it in black.
Those two guys look horrified at what they're seeing.
Is this during the period of time where Al had broken his arm and he was
Yes. Literally the day after or the day of that he got his cast off, he said, oh yeah, I wanted to test my inking, and I did your piece, and I'm like, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Anyway, he's a character, but this is some early work of mine, but there's a Charlton character.
So you actually have experience with
I guess so. Oh,
hey, John's in the back room.
DC, though?
Huh?
Was this for DC?
Yeah, this is for the DC Who's Who.
Okay.
And
hey, Aaron, John says he's in the back room. He's waiting.
What?
Well, why would I let him in? He's not in the back room.
He says waiting.
No, he's waiting for me to resend the email, which I just did again.
Oh, okay.
So,
no, the thing about this drawing, I got a call from some British guy, and I kept missing it, and they were talking to my mother-in-law. So she has broken English, and she was telling me this guy from England called, and he was really interested in this drawing, and I thought it was, my mind blew it up because the only English person I knew was Brian Boland. I'm like, Brian Boland called me over this drawing. And I was thinking like, oh man, I must be good. And I come to find out that it was James Robinson, the writer.
well, I mean, that's still something.
No, he wasn't who he is now, But man, I was disappointed.
The only guy you had ever heard of was Brian Boland, so you assumed that had to be who was calling you.
Yeah. But he was such a fan of this character that he wanted to buy the original. So I think he still probably has it. He bought it.
Oh, he did buy it from you. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, everybody, take a deep breath.
Oh boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the inkers on Gary Martin's Mount Rushmore of inkers. Ladies and gentlemen, John Beatty. Wow.
That was my
never leaving.
Welcome. Hey, you can come every week if you want, but you got to draw.
Yeah, only I
Get
can come
older,
on
you
every
can't
week
come
and
every
not
week,
draw.
Aaron.
What's that, John?
You don't want to hear me repeat it.
Okay. So Gary talked over you, and so I didn't. I missed it. That's probably a good thing. So people in the chat going crazy, going kick John. No, they're not saying that.
That's okay. How do I see the chat here?
Look at that. Goody two
Studio
shoes. Finally, an artist on the show. Oh, brother.
There we go.
Prepare to be a victim, John.
I'm not taking that. Hang on a second. All right.
Uh-oh.
That's a bunch of crap, is what that.
John, now you're on the John, now you're on the receiving end of this. Now you will get the
No,
experience.
I'm not on the receiving end.
No, Dan, you
Kick
look
Aaron.
at the comments. They're positive. You would assume they wouldn't be because they're negative for us.
Wait a minute. Okay, well, maybe you're reading different ones than I'm reading. I don't know. No, they're all very positive. Everybody's excited. We're excited, John, to have you on here. Are you in Florida? Where are you
Yeah.
at?
Daytona
Okay.
Beach.
Nice.
Wow.
I wouldn't come on the show either.
Wow.
I'd go to the beach, man.
I know.
Do you got an extra room for me to crash in if I come out there?
Come on, David. Get out of New Mexico. My wife left me 5 years ago or something. It's just me and my kid on the weekends.
Okay. We'll have a bros night out. There you go.
That's it. You won't have to hang out with Peacemaker Dan.
Yeah, really. Wait a minute.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I'll be 65 May 6th.
Wow.
So
Are you
Same birthday as now I'm having a senior moment. What you know?
that's what happens. You get on camera. And it just,
As it'll come to me. I'm having a pacemaker moment.
There you go.
Gary, Gary, how old are you?
I'm older
Gary's
than that.
71.
I'm older
You're
than
older
that.
than 65. Wow, I
Yep.
didn't know that, man.
Yep.
You better sit down and relax. Maybe go light on that couch.
You
I
okay?
was born in 65.
I don't want to overtax you.
Well, I don't want to move all the pillows.
I was born in 61.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're not that
I
much
was
older
born-
than me, John. I was born
Six-
in 65, so
Yeah, I know when you turn 60, you shouted yourself out.
yep.
Man,
You getting the double AR? Well, you get that at 55, right? I'm getting all the Medicare shit in the mail every day now.
I started getting that too. They're warming me up to it, letting me know that, hey, just a couple more years and you're going to be.
Yeah,
I
believe
didn't
me.
get it that soon, but man,
Oh,
my
yeah.
mailbox is full.
I got this
Yeah.
printout that showed me when I could start taking Social Security and how much I would get if I took it, So it's like, again, better wait a couple
that
months.
thing.
Hey,
And then
guys,
the thing is, you
we
can
should talk-
only make so much money, so you can't take it. It doesn't
Exactly.
work.
Yep.
Guys, we should talk more about our age and even our ailments too. That would be good.
That's good. That's good. That's good TV.
My lumbago.
My back is hurting. Yeah.
All right. Here's some more David Williams goodness.
Oh, I love David Williams. Oh, there. That's my
Like-
piece right there, right, David?
No, Aaron's
Dude,
got that
you did this on Graybeards, didn't you? Or was this like
Yeah.
you and me doing
one.
a
No, it was just you and
competition?
I. It wasn't Graybeards at the time.
Yeah, this is
How
before
did-
it became Graybeards.
How
Oh,
come
thank-
Aaron gets first dibs?
Look at the year on that though.
Dude, I
Oh,
own
I
this. I think I own
21.
this.
I was alive then.
Yeah.
I was
I
born.
bought this. I bought this in an art auction. I've got this.
You don't even
that is-
remember.
So good. It's
I've
so
got a huge David Williams portfolio, so I have to go through
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I know.
So Beatty's the same way. He's got a bunch of Dave Williams Captain America pieces, don't you?
No, I don't.
I know you don't. I was just.
good.
I know you're waiting.
I
Oh,
would
look
like
at
to
that.
Done
have
on Graybeards. This was done on Graybeards.
Wow.
You
cool.
shall not pass.
Yeah, that was great. I did
Oh
I did a bunch of I did the little dudes, the trolls, no, the hobbits.
Yeah.
And with some orcs coming around. And I think I sold that. So that's
By the
nice.
way, David, talking about prints, this would make a great print, man.
Nah.
Did you color this ever?
Nope.
You can see this like all red background kind of thing, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Now let's see what else. That's
That
funny.
the
Is
Avengers.
Did
I do have
everybody
a print of that.
did everybody do a Ninjak cover? Because I did one too. It was like whenever they call you to do a cover at Valiant, it was always for Ninjak, and you're like, "Can I do Turok?" They're like, "No, but you can do Ninjak."
It looks like Niniak.
Yeah, they never did any more work after that. I felt like, oh man, I must have really sucked.
You didn't get any more after this?
Nope.
That's a good one. Well, I only did one Ninjak, and I never heard from him again either. So maybe it's the character.
No, I think we suck.
Beatty, you ever do any work for Valiant?
I never did. No.
Okay. Well, see, we need one more person to see if there's like 3 people that work on
That
Ninjak.
Avengers piece. I have a print of that. David, the last Heroes Con David was at, he gave me a couple prints, and that was one of them. It wasn't 2008, I think that says, though.
2018.
2018, yeah. Well, it may have been.
No, it
No.
was, yeah, it was probably.
Wait, because I had
2019,
you do we were talking, and my friend collects Storm.
Yeah,
I
I did a
said,
Storm piece for him.
You have to get a Storm from David.
Yeah.
And that's when we called you Black Ross. I said, hey, no, seriously.
Black Ross.
No, because David was doing like painted stuff before and then I'm like, David, I said, you should have been Black Ross. David said it was too much work to paint everything.
It is.
Hey, did you guys ever any trouble getting these printed copyright characters like this, getting them printed?
No.
You just have to go to. I mean, they got real tight about it for a while.
Kinko's did.
Kinko's. You go to Kinko's, and they would have
Hallmark sued them because somebody brought in a Hallmark card and reproduced it.
Wow.
So Hallmark sued them.
There's a lot of places though that like do digital stuff now that they don't care. So
yeah, every once in a while though, someone will say, "Hey, we can't do that."
No, they just want the money. They're like everyone else,
Well, if you do is say, "Hey, I've got permission to do it," and they're like, "Okay." Most of them.
That's cool.
That was on 4C.
Awesome.
Man, if you don't have a commission from David Williams, you should get one.
You should.
Yeah.
Who's this brother? Is that the Black Punisher? What is that? He's got a.
I don't remember the character's name, but that was for a friend of mine, Hoyt Silva, and he was a part of like Brian Stelfree's studio with a bunch of those guys, and he had this online comic, and he wanted me to do his character, so I said, "All right."
I remember Hoyt.
It's cool. I
don't know what happened to the guy, but I remember him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's not around still, is he? I mean, doing stuff.
I think he has like a real job.
Finally, gave up this dream and
recently got a kid and stuff like that. So he said, "Oh, I got to get a real job."
Yeah, I got to make some real money.
Yeah. I did this at Warner Brothers Consumer Products.
I like that.
When there's downtime, just.
I was going to say when you're getting paid to screw around.
Yep.
Nice.
God, that must have been great.
I love the Dick Sprang Batman. He's cool. I'd do a whole book in that style if they'd let me.
Well, you did the cover on this show with that Dick Sprang look.
Yeah.
Turned it into a print, didn't you? Your son colored?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think David should just do the John Byrne thing. Just do his story and put it out there.
I'm seriously thinking about that. Is I got a World War II Captain America story with Nazi zombies.
You keep your hands off Captain America.
World War II Captain America.
You got to draw Cap with a little more bulk.
Well, no, I was doing Travis. I was doing he does a more.
Here.
So how does that work? Can Burns sell his X-Men?
Sorry.
Well, that's the Stranko one.
That's right.
Classic Stranko print.
Yeah, that's one of the old ones.
Yeah, is that like from 68 or 70 or something like that?
No. That was like after 9/11. He did that.
Oh, really? That long? Okay.
Yeah, that one's actually signed in pencil and stuff. I think he's kind of redone some.
You know, there's supposed to be a IDW is supposed to do a artist edition of his 3 Cap stories,
And the rest of Shield, but the thing is, he kept sitting on it and not finishing it, so they canceled it.
Oh, so it's officially off the table now.
Yeah. He's actually, because I kind of keep in touch with him. He's actually working, trying to finish up the 3rd volume of the History of Comics, and also, and he's also tweaking volumes 1 and 2.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't talked to Jim in a while, but he was a very good dude. At least he was always very nice to me.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I love the guy.
What is this from, David?
This was a Deathblow pinup for the book that Wildstorm was putting out. And believe it or not, that's marker. I just, you'd be able to tell if you get even closer to it, but I put it in Photoshop and just messed with the saturation and just saturated it just a little bit more.
So it laid flatter?
So it laid, exactly.
Yeah.
But it is all marker.
That's
for
cool.
the most part. And the original art was owned by Mike Rowinga. He bought that.
Oh,
he didn't buy it directly from me, but he was showing me that he had it in his studio. It was like near his art table. I was just like, whoa, that meant a lot, you know?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Mike and I came in about the same time. I remember him.
No, Mike is Mike passed away or
yeah.
Okay, so I wonder where the art is now.
Where
his
was
brother,
his brother.
Matt.
Yeah, I did this. I did this on 4C accidentally because it was just supposed to be a bust shot of Silver Surfer, and I just got carried away and just drew the whole thing. I don't even know how you do a bust shot of Silver Surfer and make it look interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you got to have the surfboard, right?
You got to have the surfboard.
Oh, really? See, I thought this was on our Graybeard show before it officially became Graybeards. We did
that was.
He did another one, which I like.
Yeah, he smoked me on that show too. I was pissed off.
Yeah,
that show.
Dave,
look at that!
You out of here.
Wow, this is great. Wow,
this is nice. Was this a cover or just a commission? Just commission.
It's just a commission. Now, all my color commissions, they take forever. Sorry, John. they just,
I told you, dude. I told you I'd take black and white.
No.
Okay, I'll wait another 5 years.
I've seen part of it. Didn't you show me part of that cap thing?
Yeah,
you showed the layout.
Yeah, it's good.
And
what do you color with, David?
Well, it varies, but this was marker for the gray tones, and then I used gouache and watercolor. I know you're not supposed to mix all that kind of stuff, but I do whatever it takes to get the job done.
It's like mixing beer and wine. You're not supposed to do that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question.
Speaking of last week in Travis.
Were we?
No. Those commissions he's doing now with ink and gouache. Is he able to paint gouache over the black?
It looks like he's airbrushing over the top of it.
Well, he's got to be Frisket. He's got to be using Frisket on that. But over the black stuff, it's like you would think he would ink it first, but I don't know. It's like you can't see.
When you go into the super high res, you could see the paint going. You could see the paint going over the.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. He painted over the black.
Yeah.
I've seen it on a few, but not all of them.
Wait, go back to the Mr. Freeze, because you're missing the step by step.
Oh, sorry. So there was the pencil.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, those
That's great.
pencils, and then that's what I do for the grays. I just lay it down with cool gray markers and blacks, and then I paint over it.
Awesome.
That's cool, man.
Very nice.
And so the grays get knocked back like it's a color hold when you paint over it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is a trading card.
Or like it's an underpainting, right?
Very nice.
Yes, exactly.
Very nice.
And that has kind of the step-by-step, some of the roughs.
I just realized that Robin might be the most hated adolescent. That all his like supervillains want to kill him, and no one says, "Hey, he's just a kid." He's so annoying that they're like, "Oh, you want to kill Robin?" Well, okay.
Yeah, I like this black and white part of it, with the grays in it. That's like finished to me.
Yeah, I know that rough right there is so detailed. It's amazing.
Now, was that for Warner, David?
I forgot who. I guess it was for them when they were doing trading cards.
Yeah, because the amount of work you put into the prelim and stuff looked like, not just a commission.
Yeah.
Looked like it had to go through approvals.
All right, let's do one more here. Is this the Black Hood?
Wow.
Yeah, those are covers they didn't use. They paid for it.
How do they not use that?
How could they not use that?
I don't know.
It's fantastic.
It happens.
Oh my gosh.
I love the simplicity of this.
I love this one.
Nice one, yeah.
I had
How
a
do you even draw that angle?
So
Yeah,
it's like
tough.
he's jumping over a manhole or something like that, or about to jump into it. But I had a background plate that was going, so you could see the perspective of the buildings going up, and I don't know where it was, but it didn't get accepted anyway. So,
well, this is more interesting because the design. I mean, you don't think of seeing a street lamp from that angle. It's so cool and different, and creative.
Yep.
I like how you signed it too, like at an angle like that. That's great.
yeah.
This is like Michael Golden or something. This is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's to have a cover that looks this nice and have them go, yeah, we're not going to use that. It's
Yeah,
like,
who could not use this? It's perfect.
Got plenty of those out there. Rejected.
To make that decision in the layout stage, or the rough stage, not the finished.
Right.
Did you have to give another one, and they didn't use this? Did they take another one of yours instead?
No.
Who did they use then?
I have no idea.
Oh my god!
I once did like 15 mini roughs for a Wonder Woman comic.
Or one cover?
Magazine.
For one cover before I'd do like 5 and then they changed their mind about what they wanted. Then I would do another 5, and then it was ridiculous. I think it was Brian Cunningham, who I like a lot. I think he's a good editor, but man, he's like super involved in the cover process. And Terry Dodson was the Wonder Woman cover artist, and he quit because he got sick of doing so many cover sketches. So he called me up, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I'm like, 20 sketches later, I'm like, Judas.
Show that alter ego cover. So
sweet.
Alter Ego magazine?
Yeah. So Roy Thomas called me out of blue. I was just like, wait, the Roy Thomas?
Wow, look at that ink.
So you got Phantom Lady and a bunch of other dudes.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Who cares about the other guys?
And it was one of those ones where they needed it in a day. And I was just like, what? And he was like, I could only pay you this amount. And it was Jack Diddley. But I did it anyway because it was Roy Thomas.
Who colored it?
I have no idea.
Because they didn't do a good job. I don't they lost all the drawing in it.
Yeah, I don't like the coloring either.
It's too dark.
That's a cool piece.
I mean, that's fantastic. You gotta let the lettering.
It's better in black and white.
Yeah, you gotta
well,
let
when
that.
you have someone, it's like Mignola. When you got a really graphic style, you don't go in and airbrush the crap out of it. You got to lay it for like flat color, and it works way better. And this is just
right.
It's not,
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it's mainly that background too. They went too dark in the background. That purple it blows the design.
I agree.
All righty. So there's a long portfolio of David Williams stuff. Very nice. Gary, you got anything you want to share with us? You do. Gary, I have to wake Gary up. He's an older man. I didn't realize how old.
Just one piece. I don't like following David, but
that's tough. I know.
Oh, that's a nice piece to follow, though. Wow.
Yeah, I decided to continue with my Mignola experiment. This did not get, even though it was 3 times the work, it didn't get as much attention as the Batman.
You know, we were thinking about this, Gary, and I think it told this to David. I go, it's the design of this cover isn't as good as that Batman.
Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah.
It's just kind of presentational, a bunch of guys standing around. So that Batman. So I don't know that this was a good way to test.
Well, I was thinking, the characters, all the, the gear, the crazy pouches and all that stuff. Even the Thing is wearing all this, that people like, oh yeah, look at Wolverine, he's got pouches, how cool. No.
No.
I did sell it pretty quickly, but it didn't get the attention that the Batman piece did.
Dude, if you take another like Mignola piece, but a simple one, like a Hellboy one with a really nice design but simple, I'll bet you get way more views.
Yeah, I'm done with Mignola for a while. I said what I wanted to say, and I'm moving on.
Okay. Well, here's Dan. Dan just won't let a.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was just showing this, but
oh, Dan, what's this?
We haven't seen this yet.
Is this new, Dan? I don't think I've seen this.
Hey, I'm going to push it. Okay, I'm trying to make money, so this print is available. You can either go to my website or to my Ko-Fi page.
Dan, we have one burning question that everybody wants to know. How do you feel about this?
I feel really, really satisfied. Good.
That is really, he really likes this one, you guys.
Yes, I like me.
Really likes that.
That, gosh darn it, I like me.
Hey, that's going to be in the Barbarian book, right, Aaron?
No.
That's Dan's piece for the Barbarian.
There'll be an ad.
He's going to rework it.
No, it's going to be an ad in the ad pages in the book. I should do that. I've been talking to somebody else. You know how they
fake ads?
Just like steal like one of those ad pages from one of the magazines, all that, and just stick it in there. I mean, who's going to even care?
Me and Gary were doing that for the Archie book. We were drawing fake ads in the.
I don't want to draw new ones. That's too much work. I just want to actually scan one of those pages and then use it.
Oh, it's more fun if you can make it up your now, like Andy did with his Cordrath book.
I know, but it's like that's work.
What did we do, Gary? Didn't we do a Spalding one?
We did. Remember the Dr. J,
Davis,
and Rick Barry in the playground. And we did. What else?
That was a great one. That was Jack Davis.
Yeah, and it had nothing, to do with the book. We just wanted to do it.
Do you guys ever see that Charles Atlas sort of ad that someone did a version of it, but it was Iron Man, and he puts on the Iron Man suit and he just
in our proposal to Archie, we put in that we were going to do this Jack Davis recreation, Dr. J, Rick Barry, and they said fine. So I tried to recreate Jack Davis's style, and when they turned the artwork in, they said, "Oh no, our lawyer said we can't use that. So you have to do something else." And we ended up doing the beach one.
Jack Davis copyrighted his style.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, they had no leg to stand on. They were just lawyers freaking
Well,
out.
those guys, they always freak out about stuff like that. And excuse
But
me a
they were,
moment.
yeah,
Excuse
the
me a
thing
moment,
is,
Gary.
though,
Gary,
one of the,
excuse me 1 second. All right, go ahead.
not only did they go back on what they agreed to do, but then they didn't want to pay us to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So they expected us to do a replacement for free.
After they told you to go ahead with it, and then they changed their
Right.
mind.
Right.
Okay. Yep. That sounds so comic booky to me.
Yeah.
All
They
right.
love you to work for free, don't they? Love it when they.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So if you guys been watching my Sunday show and stuff, you guys have seen this, but I'm going to do it anyway because we're getting very close to launching this. This is page 1 from Primal Zone, which is my story in the Barbaric Adventures magazine. And you can see the ink wash in there that I laid. And this is actual ink wash with a brush and ink. So
Wow,
Gary
that's
would
cool,
be very
man.
happy with me.
You don't see that very often. I mean, nowadays, gray tones are done digitally, so it's cool to see actual ink wash.
Well, look what I did with her hair. Look what you can do with the hair there to kind of give it some body and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's what I do if I had the guts to do it.
Well,
yeah, Eric, yeah, I would do that if I had the talent and the backbone.
if to quote Dan, I feel really good about that page, and I really like this one. Now, this I've been threatening to do like a tutorial ink wash video, live video. I haven't been able to do it this week, so I'm shooting for tomorrow. So
Okay.
because I got to get this ink washed because I want to put this on the campaign page as an ink wash as well. But anyway, so this is the title.
So you're gonna wash that original.
Yeah.
Is
And
there any
there's no whiteout on there?
Yeah, I have the same question. Is there any
Nope.
whiteout on that?
Nope.
How did you do that?
Well, if you look look at the holding lines on here. They're kind of loose. So I would have to have done something really crappy to go over and white it out.
Okay.
So it's
So
not
it just-
not a lot of precise.
There are
line-
minor mistakes, but no major mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at some of that's brushwork on there. You know, it's pretty clean.
It's not Beatty like, because that's what you're
Well, of course not.
Of course not. No,
I'm not. I'm at the bottom of Mount Rushmore, looking up at the
I was watching Aaron ink this, and I was like, he's explaining everything, like, and underscoring it. It's like let's talk more inking.
Hey, the people want to know the secrets, John. You know
Well,
that.
you know, don't tell them everything. Let them guess some.
Yeah.
Let them use their imagination.
So anyway, there you go. That's what we've got now. We are going to draw Charlton characters today, and
can we put a pin in that? Hold on, I want to pile on what John just said.
Okay, go ahead.
I posted something, and I had used splatter in different layers with white and black, and somebody asked me how I did it. And I didn't want to explain to this guy, the masking and all the stuff that I did. So I just took John's strategy and said, it's tradecraft. And he did not like that answer at all.
Do you ever give him false information? Like, yeah, well,
No,
you just
no.
gotta.
Dip your toothbrush in ink and then run your finger along it and hope for the best.
I drew every dot in white, and then I
Right.
drew.
And placed that.
Clint Lowe says it's only been an hour. Why start drawing now?
Yeah,
Wow.
true.
You know,
Oh, I better switch my camera over.
we bring John Beatty on. We want to have a little conversation, look at some artwork, and these guys are now complaining we're not drawing enough. But you can't win with this chat, I'm telling you. Look at that, Eric Boyd. You're saying what I'm thinking. Oh my gosh, they're just totally turning it. It's like the French Revolution right here in the chat. I'm waiting to get beheaded. Stealth X5 for $2. He's sending us a lime, a avocado. That's good. I don't know. Is that a plate of what is that? Strawberry? Is that? I don't know what that is.
I can't tell.
Is it? And then there's a bowl of like noodles, like ramen type noodles. And there's more of that sushi crap. What is that? Like, yeah. And then there's like an oyster. Ugh. This is not the best meal you've sent us, Stealth. Shrimp,
Yeah.
fried shrimp. I'm okay with that. Cookie and then coffee to wash it down. We need the cookie to cleanse the palate after that mess.
Right.
Wow.
A good way to ruin a cookie is to follow it up with an oyster.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't have the cookie and then the oyster, right? So at least, have you guys ever eaten oysters? I don't think I've ever had one.
Disgusting.
I have.
They're just so gross looking.
Yeah,
You just slurp them down. I haven't had them in a long time.
See, even just saying that is like makes me want to.
I'm not a seafood fan. So.
You're not selling it, John, by saying
Yeah.
I said it's been like decades, but it was just because I was at a bar and somebody at the table ordered them and I tried a few and it's like, no thanks, I'm good.
My wife and I had escargot in Paris, and I never thought I'd eat that, but it was actually pretty good. As long as you don't really look at it too hard, you just kind of shovel it.
You don't want to see the tentacles, right?
Yeah, it's just.
That's one thing that women have on men is that women don't feel that they have to prove their womanhood by what they eat and drink.
Wow.
Men challenge other men. You're not a man if you can't.
Well, I mean, the thing with the snails is they like serve them in the shell. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. They were cooked, so they actually were pretty good. But yeah, I know it's not high on my menu. All right, David, what are you going to draw?
I think I'm going to draw the Blue Beetle.
All right.
Oh, David, come on.
Damn.
What?
The Pacemaker.
I know you'll make it interesting though.
Are you going to do the Pacemaker or the Peacemaker?
The Pacemaker.
All right. That's one I got to see. All right. John, are you going to join us at all?
No.
He said, I'm right here.
I'm just here to criticize.
Okay,
Oh my gosh. This is going to be tough.
I'm going to draw.
Here and watch Gary stare at the chat.
Yeah. Help him out, John. He gets lost.
Yeah, John, feel free to read any chat that strikes your fancy.
Okay, I'll do that. Didn't Gary doze off like last week or the week before just for like a nanosecond or two?
I would say more than a nanosecond.
But wait a minute, he dropped out, and I didn't know he was gone for like a long time. I think that's what.
Yeah, I
think he had a little snooze.
He may have. It's hard to say what Gary's doing.
I know when he's like this, you don't know. And
I take power naps.
He's right in the middle of
that's all I'm asking.
I take 10-second power naps.
All right, I'm doing E-Man. So
they also call those strokes,
Gary's stroking out, having those mini strokes on his hand. Oh my God.
Gary had a TIA.
Yeah, what's that? What's that burning? Something's like a tire is burning. What is that?
I need to get out and see David, but I'm kind of stuck in Florida.
Why are you stuck?
Yeah,
and David won't come east.
No,
I highly recommend Casa Williams. He's very hospitable.
He'll
I want drawing lessons from David. That's what we would sit there all day long and he would just be like, all right.
Darren Wagner is mad that no one is drawing the question. He actually calls.
That's what I thought David was going to do, was the question to tell them.
I thought so too.
When he said Blue Beetle, I kind of.
You want me to draw a guy in a regular suit with no face?
Yeah.
Oh God, you do it so well. I mean, that ain't easy.
What you got to say though, you got to say, is no one going to draw the question?
Like a question. So you have to ask a question. Is that the joke?
Hey, who's going to draw the question? Everything you're going to ask that, you got to say this.
Think about that Alex Toth question story.
I always wondered why only great artists drew the shadow. Is because of that very thing. It's just a guy in a suit, and to pull it off, I mean, you have to really bring it.
It's true. Yeah. Because you gotta know how to draw folds and close and make that interesting.
Right.
Man, that ad page that Wrightson did for the shadow.
Yeah, I recreated that.
Here's who really brought it. Look at this little print.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Let me just
Steranko
did some.
that.
Ooh, wow.
What year is that?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I've never seen that
that's
before. That's
great.
so good.
Man, there's so much there.
Right? And look at
Yeah.
it's I don't know if he drew it bigger and made it smaller for this little print, but holy mackerel.
Yeah. That is sweet.
That's just like the nuts.
Yeah. It's like that's art, and it's perfect. I think to me, it's perfect comic form where you know just how much white to leave, you know just how much line to put in, and it create a nice solid design. And striking. And
My man David is there. That's why I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't understand when I asked David, did he ever get a critique from Toth? And he's like, no, because Steve Rude was going to introduce me, and then I read his, and I'm like, you think Rude's better than you? I don't. I don't think Steve is better than David. David might, but that's
Well, they're different. They're very different.
Don't tell that to Rude.
Why?
Hey, Steve. David is better than you.
Well,
Now, who's more rude? Is Rude more rude than David? Or?
Well,
look at what is it on Prime or Netflix? The if you haven't seen the documentary, just that'll give you a little perspective.
who on Rude?
Yeah. I'm in that documentary for 10 seconds.
Hey, claim to fame, man. Randy Howell, Canadian, $5. Thank you, Randy. Says, smash that like button, get to 100 likes in record time so Beatty will have bragging rights over Aaron. So we can say the only show that ever got 100 likes was the one that he was on. All right. Let's see how it is. I never, with the exception of E-Man #1, when that came out like in, I don't know, was that 70? It was 20 center, so it had to be like 73. And I don't remember ever seeing any Charlton books on the rack. It was only Marvel and DC.
Where did you buy your comics?
Well, like 7-Eleven or whatever.
Yeah, me too. But there was a mom and pop. What was like a pharmacy, but they had toys and magazines and stuff like that, and that's where the odd publishers, like Dell and Harvey and those things, they wouldn't get it at 7-Eleven, but Monster magazines and
right. That's true. There was like a small market. Kind of like that a mom and pop market, like you're talking about. And you walked in the door, and there was like just a short hallway about 4 feet before it opened up into the store. And there, on either side were like these wooden magazine racks,
right? These big racks,
and they had like the Monster Times and all
wrestling magazines and
exactly.
basketball, NBA, like black and white photographs of Dr. J, that kind of stuff.
David is antagonizing his dog, apparently.
David's probably taking getting his, I don't know if it's lunch or what for him now. And,
That's how he rolls. He'll sit there and eat a sandwich and then draw for 15 minutes.
Well,
all the rest of us are, sweating bullets here.
That's what the animation taught him, is move fast.
Yep.
So I got to figure out what this pacemaker looks like.
Pacemaker.
Dan's Googling open heart surgery, pacemaker.
I saw did you guys see the series? I actually liked it, but it ain't for kids. Holy smokes.
What?
There's a flat out orgy in the thing.
What are you talking about?
The Peacemaker, the series.
Peacemaker?
Yeah.
Really?
What's that guy's name? John Cena?
John Cena, yeah.
That I cannot figure out why they chose that character, because that costume is like one of the stupidest, poorly designed costumes I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, great! I'm drawing him.
Well, but no, it looks good when you do it.
Yeah.
Sounds like the.
Where have you seen Dan do it before?
Yeah, I have a beef with the Peacemaker.
Gary slipping in another beef.
When DC tried to do weekly comics like in the mid 80s, Keith Giffen wrote and drew a Peacemaker strip, and I inked it, and we did like, I don't know, 20, 30 pages. And for some reason, DC claimed that artwork was lost, but it ended up, Keith got all the pages. I didn't get any.
So it wasn't lost.
No.
They just gave all to Keith.
Yeah, Keith got them. And I've seen pages pop up like on Heritage and different places. And it's like, hey, I want one of those. So yeah, that's another beef, is Peacemaker.
Isn't that a funny position to be in, where you can't afford to buy your own art?
Right. Yep.
It's really weird.
John. Yeah.
Well, there's, John,
what's it like seeing six-figure artwork that you worked on?
Well, I didn't work on that Secret Wars page. It went for 3 whatever million.
Well, what are those Punisher pages though? Like, you worked on the miniseries, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Those
you did a bunch of the covers.
No. Those were painted by Phil Zimmerman.
Okay, so you did not get to work. Yeah, that's right. They were all painted, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, those were all painted.
I'd forgotten about that.
And that was old school airbrush with all the frisket cutting and God, Phil, like, I think they were like 20 by 30 or something a piece. And, because it's hard to work, 11 by 17 with an airbrush and small frisketing and all sorts of stuff. It was a whole process. They did, the original cover was turned into a poster first, and then Mike had to go back and refigure out the cover to #1, which actually was the better choice for the cover of the book, which is what you see printed. And then they finished the other 4 first. So that's why at least the covers got done right. But after the first issue, suddenly somewhere towards the end of the first issue, we get scheduled and it all goes downhill from there. Typical.
So suddenly you're behind, basically, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Suddenly we're behind and it's rushed and we can't spend the time we were doing, to make it like the best we could. No. And it looks like crap at the very end.
And so you said something in the chat on that. They just made a misprint on the first issue when they said it was a 4-issue limited series.
They did it on the first issue. They did it on the 3rd and the 4th.
Wow.
Who was editing that book?
Carl Potts.
Was he really? Carl was pretty good. I'm surprised.
Well, they had never done a 5-issue miniseries. And so I'm sure they had, plenty of the stats for a 4-issue limited series. And I'm sure they put it there kind of as a placeholder, but it got approved and sent to the printer.
Mm.
And then Mike called and jumped on Carl about it. And then on the 2nd issue, it was correct. And then on the 3rd issue, here comes #3 in a 4-issue miniseries. And then there was even this stupid rumor that it couldn't, that we had to have a 5th issue because we couldn't fit it into 4, but it was always meant to be 5.
Right. That's what I heard, was that they, extended it out the last minute because they couldn't get it in 4.
Do you, John, do you have any interesting Carl Potts stories?
Hang on a second, you guys. Hang on. Stealth X5 for $5. Did you ever look into channel memberships, Aaron? Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, that means no. No.
Not yet. I don't like to say no, but not yet.
Yeah. Do you have any Carl Potts stories that you can share? I heard one from a guy who worked at Marvel in the production department. He said that Carl claimed that he had ninja training. And,
I don't know anything about
and that he could increase his body mass. So a group of people could not lift him up in the air. And so all he had to do was concentrate, so, and, of course, nobody believed him. And so it's like, hold on, give me a couple of minutes and I'll increase my body mass. And then when I say ready, then you try to lift me up and you won't be able to. And so he does this thing and is okay, I'm ready. And then of course they just lift him right up in the air. He's like, oh, wait, I wasn't ready. Let's do that again.
I think whoever told you that, Gary, was goofing on you, maybe to see if
he was my assistant, and he worked at Marvel part-time in the production department.
No, I never heard anything.
Any weird stuff like that?
I just know that Carl was like he was pretty no nonsense. He didn't like, even if you're like a day late and you give him notice, like, hey, I'm going to be a page late, he just, it set him off, Oh,
really?
Yeah. But I never heard anything like what you're saying. That just sounds like total BS.
Well, of course it does.
I heard a similar story where he said that, and then Vinnie Coletta picked him up and threw him out the window. So I don't know if that's true or not. But
did you guys know that Carl Potts is the first editor to hire me at Marvel?
Really?
Well, I know his
Was it
vision
on that
got
Cloak and
bad
Dagger?
towards the-
Yeah, Strange Tales, and then I actually drew Carl's story, Shadow Masters. So
Carl's a good guy. I like Carl. I haven't seen him in a while, but I've seen him at a few conventions, and we've talked about the old days and stuff. And he was always one that you could go in his office. And actually, one time I went into Carl's office. He got a phone call, and I didn't know he was talking to Jim Lee, and I can't remember.
I think Jim Lee was Jim Lee was another find of his.
Yeah, and so Carl was like, "Oh, John Beatty just came in. Would you like to talk to him?" Because Jim was, I don't know if he was just starting the Punisher, and so that's about the first and last time I ever spoke to Jim Lee.
It was Carl did a good portion of Jim's layouts at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was helping Jim on some storytelling.
Yeah, Carl was an okay artist. I mean, he had some. I remember doing a cover of Moon Knight. It was pretty darn good.
yeah, didn't him and Jim Lee collaborate on like some early Punisher stuff, like the covers and things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golem Wolf, the Beards didn't wear me down. I volunteered to come on.
He volunteered to punish us face to face.
Yeah,
I
John
wanted
would
to
be
see-
admitting defeat if he said that
Yeah.
we talked.
I just expect every Wednesday to have that email from Aaron for an invite in.
Well, all right. Now that I actually know that you'll come on, I will send it to you.
I'll probably just chit chat and look at David's wonderful art.
See, no, I don't like that. I think you need to spread the love a little bit. I think you're.
So John,
Well,
you cannot piss Aaron off and compliment David.
Oh, I can't. The only time I ever remember meeting Aaron, was it in Seattle?
I thought it was at a Portland show. What weren't you? Were you in Portland for a show?
I don't think so, but we were We were somewhere. It was like a restaurant that had stairs or something, right?
Dude, no, we were, me and John Romita Jr. were at that weird Florida show that guy.
Okay, but I met you before then, I thought.
Maybe it's Seattle.
You know, the weird Florida show is where they had the Fantastic Four.
Yes, that's right.
And that was when the World Series were on and the Blue Jays and the Phillies were playing.
Yes.
And the Blue Jays won, and everybody's kind of sulked, because we were wanting the Phillies to win because, they were just like the good old boys playing like baseball. It looked, like John Kruk and Nails. It was that group, and it was just a bunch of non-athletic looking guys that could play baseball. Which that's the beautiful thing about baseball is you don't have to be in tip-top shape.
Yep.
Look at Babe Ruth.
Well, that picture, the reliever, the controversial reliever pitcher for those guys went to high school in West Lynn, Oregon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's nothing good in Oregon, see?
Yeah. Okay, so you never went to a show in Portland?
No.
Okay, then
I was with Kelly Jones, Andy Smith, and I went to, and I think Bart was there, to some show in Seattle because I know I went up in the Space Needle and I don't like heights. I had my little Asian girlfriend there at the time. This was in the 90s.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, I remember talking to you.
I know.
A show like that, but it wasn't the Florida show because the Florida show, the only thing I remember is we did a panel together and you and JR Jr. made fun of me. And then, which I'll never forget. No, I deserved that. I deserved it. And we sat at the bar with out like, by the water. It was outside at this hotel. And it was, who was the guy that did Flash Gordon?
Who played him?
No, the old guy that
Al Williamson?
Frazetta sat in for him a couple times. There's that collection of Flash. Or was it Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon that Frazetta like filled in?
Artist?
Yeah. What's the guy's name?
Al Williamson.
Now older than Al.
God, who knows then?
Somebody at
Raymond.
No, not that old.
No, he was dead then.
Dan Barry.
Oh, Dan Barry. Okay. Well,
we were
used
sitting
to
at
the Phantom too, right? Or he's Cy Barry's brother or some relation, isn't he?
Yeah, he was sitting at the bar, and the three of us were sitting out there talking to him. I remember that, but that was the Florida show, and I remember sitting talking to you behind a table someplace, and I thought it was Portland, but it must have been Seattle then.
Yeah, because that was the only time. Except what year was it? 2022, I think. I did Emerald City, and I was like, oh my, after the first day, I was like, holy shit, I got 3 days left of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, that's it. Never again.
Yeah, I haven't been to that show post-COVID, and I don't ever intend to go back again.
Well, it's like you're sitting at a craft fair.
In a way, yes.
And same thing I did for the first year. I did just because I needed to, people kept telling me, hey, you should, what is it? The one in Atlanta, the big.
Dragon Con.
Yes. Oh my God. That was another one that I can just check off my list of, well, now I know.
That is such a weird show. Oh my gosh. That's the first place I ever saw like cosplayers, like serious, like vampirellas and like just tons of like fantasy type, like barbarians or elves or whatever. They're all over the place.
Vampirellas?
Well, yeah, might have been one.
Yeah, but they're like 45 and 50-year-old vampire.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Great. That's where I first met Bill Stout. Was at.
Well, I could see him. I mean, if you're anime, sci-fi, fantasy, that type of art, you got a better shot.
Yes, it's not a great comic book show. It's more.
No.
Yeah.
And luckily, it wasn't out of my pocket, so But I just, the curiosity, everybody kept saying, "Oh yeah, you should go there." I'm like, "Oh my God." And all the hotels are filled, so the elevators, if you get on one, you're lucky, but then you got to stop at every floor, so you try to get a low floor.
Yeah, every show that I've ever gone to that someone else has recommended, I never return. It's always a mistake. Oh, you got to go to this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best show is Heroes Con, and I wish my brother David would come back.
One day, maybe.
What, are you afraid to fly?
No, not at all. It's
it's a long way.
No, I love Heroes Con. It's my favorite convention of all.
It is a great show. I'd love to go back. I don't like flying cross country. It just takes too much time, and it's like
it's worth going to a show if you have product. I don't have product.
That's true.
You don't need product. Sketch, baby, sketch.
Stealth X5 for $2 says Aaron loves anime, which of course is a lie. I do not, but I'll take your money. You can lie all you want, Stealth. I'll take your money. Let's see. I got it. Okay, we're caught up.
Yes, I met Marcus last year or a year before at Heroes Con.
Marcus gets around.
I was just complaining the other day, I guess, to Billy and Graham Nolan, because there's so much more convention stuff going on the East Coast. And so they're like constantly going to shows. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's easy for you guys. You just, it's either a drive or a, hour and a half flight or something someplace. And I don't want to fly cross country anymore.
I get you. Not unless it's first class.
I used to fly. I used to go to that show in Boston, and that's about as far away as you can get.
Wicked?
Or, John, when you...
Not Wicked. It was...
John, when you fly first class, do you pretend... Do you pretend to be working, like looking at a laptop or on your phone while the scrubs file by you to the back of the plane?
The only first class I get is when they upgrade me.
Yeah, I've done that once. I upgraded.
But I do request a Comfort Plus seat. I fly Delta, so they have the, little bit more room, leg,
I don't. Tell me more. What is this Comfort Plus you speak of?
Well, you got your first class, and then Comfort Plus is right behind it. And then you have your main cabin, and then you have your economy cabin, that's not where you want to be, because
no,
you don't.
No.
Even on Delta,
Is that like business class?
Is what?
Is that comfort? Is that like business class? So that
no, first class and business class are usually interchangeable.
Okay.
On most of the planes that fly, just like I fly out of Daytona Beach, which is a very small airport, so my flights are limited coming in and leaving. So I always have to stop in Atlanta and make a plane change, but I'm used to it now. I actually don't mind it. So I usually try to either get something where, I won't be like getting in it at a convention at like 11:30 or 12, that night. I have taken the 6 a.m. flight. The good thing about that is the plane is there from the last overnight. So your plane is going to be there in the morning. You don't have to wait for it to come in from Atlanta.
Do you guys ever walk by first class and look at people in there and go, how in the world is that person affording first class?
I'm sure people have done it to me when I've got upgraded, or sometimes I'll upgrade myself with points.
Yeah, that's what I do. So when they announce they have seats available, you get it cheaper than if you...
If they're not selling, you can sometimes get a really, for an extra $100. Depending on the trip, I'll gladly bump myself up to first class.
Yeah, I do that too. Yeah.
I've done that one time coming back from San Diego. It was like, you can upgrade for, it was like $75. It was pretty cheap. And, but it was only a 2-hour flight. So we didn't really maximize the benefits of first class, but it was,
it's great for the ego, because you automatically think that you're better than everybody else on the plane.
Well, I will say this: once you get past Comfort Plus and even towards main cabin, that seems where the fighting happens back there.
Right. The brawls that take place.
There's always a brouhaha happening with somebody. You're in my seat,
right?
And it's a simple thing like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but no." It's got to
that
escalate,
should be, That should be a slogan of an airline. You'll never see fisticuffs in first class.
Okay, let's see. Ooh. Gollum Wolf for $5. Thank you, sir. He says, my rule of thumb is if I don't recognize the costume, it's probably anime.
That's fair.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Dan has been quiet.
Well, Dan is.
I'm listening. Actually, I'm interested.
Dan always feels the pressure when he picks up that pen. Rand Arrington for 20 big ones. Thanks, Rand. He says, have any of you guys ever come to Baltimore Con or the show in Charlotte? Well, the Charlotte is Heroes Con, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I've been there. I've been to Baltimore twice.
I was there the last 3 years.
Once on
so John, are you doing a lot of conventions? How many would you do a year?
I haven't got a lot of invites yet this year. Sometimes like in 24, because that was the 40th anniversary of Secret Wars, people were like in October of 23, they were inviting me, and I'm like, I gotta wait because I don't want to go to some jinky show and then some better show invite me. So I'm like, yeah, I'll keep your dates in mind and let you know. But
coming on this show though, that'll all end.
Well, no, that's why
I know.
That's why it's taken him so long to come on the show, because he was waiting for a better.
He's waiting for a better offer.
Better show.
Right. Yeah. But I do anywhere from. Well, I don't know if I'll do it this year. 15 to 18 in a year.
Damn.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. No.
That's a job.
Yeah. And a lot of it's, during the summer, and they're back to back to back. So come home on a Monday, you got to fly back out on a Thursday. So come home, do laundry, run around, do some errands, get ready for the next one.
Wow. I thought, I during my most traveled days, I would be 8, maybe 10 in a year would be a record for me. But it's I can't even imagine doing that many.
Well, it ain't easy.
Who does a lot too is Kevin McGuire. I don't know if he still does, but I remember
Kevin. I saw Kevin at quite a few shows last year.
Yeah, he is everywhere. I was like, dude, how do you? Because I think he told me one time he was experiment. He was going to do as many shows as he could, and see if he could make a living just doing the shows.
You can.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do a lot of it.
I've been doing it.
Now, did you keep any of that artwork that you worked with Kelly or Zach?
No.
Keep it, or you sold it all? So
yeah.
Did you ever get in on it when it was super valuable, or did you let it go earlier?
No, the Zach stuff we were selling for $15 or $20 a page.
Oh,
really?
Maybe 50 to 100 for a cover.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
No.
Wow.
I never had money, and it never, even when artwork was cheap, I still didn't have enough money.
Hey, I know. There was this place called the Cartoon Museum in Orlando. It was a comic book shop, and the old guy that ran it was a political cartoonist. and he had like Neil Adams, Dead Man, and Batman pages for like $125, and I was just like, wow, I can't afford. And this is when I was like 17 years old, maybe 18.
Yeah,
like, man, I'll never be able to afford this. Little did I know. Had I bought a few.
Yeah. I mean, you talk to people all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, if I just invested in Apple or whatever, and you're like, if I just bought that Kirby page,
right? Exactly. I mean, this guy had everything, and you know, at the time the prices seem high, but in hindsight, what a bargain.
Yeah,
I would imagine, John, you probably have gone to Motor City, probably.
I have never been to Motor City.
Really?
Well, wait a minute. I could have been there once, but I don't know. There was some red-haired guy in 94, 95. I did a show for him in Chicago. I forget what it was called. Somebody, I think Jason Moore told me what it was. And then
oh yeah, Jason, yeah.
And then I did one in somewhere in Michigan. I've done a lot of shows in Michigan.
Okay.
But I don't know if it was Motor City.
Okay, it's kind of the biggest, here.
Yeah.
Motor City one year, they tried to expand out to, I used to go to Motor City about every other year, and they would bring me out because who's the guy that owned Motor City Comics? Goldman?
Yeah.
Goldman. Yeah, I knew.
Hey, was he the red-haired guy?
No, he wasn't right here.
Yeah, Mike Gold. I knew Michael.
Gold.
And he would bring, now he was balding and dark hair, but he would bring me out every couple of years, and they did a show in Chicago. They did Motor City Con in Chicago. And I remember sitting next to Hillary Barda and Russ Manning back in the corner.
Wow.
And it was Tumbleweed City, but I had a nice conversation.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
They had a bunch of hot chicks. They were models had driven up from like Oklahoma or someplace, and they're all dressed as superheroes. And I couldn't figure out what they had a big booth and everything, but they weren't charging for anything, so I couldn't figure out what they were doing. I remember going up to the blonde that she was dressed as Supergirl, and I go,
"Why are you here?"
No, I did. I said, "Excuse me." I said, "But who are you?" And she goes, "I'm Supergirl." And I go, "Okay, I know that." But I couldn't get a straight answer out of them why they were there doing nothing or dressed up as, cosplayers without any plan to make money doing it.
Were they signing autographs or anything?
No, they were just high and people were taking pictures with them, and they weren't charging. And I remember walking by, there was like 5 or 6 of them. And what I found out was that one gal was like a modeling rep, this older gal, and she brought them all out there. Like maybe they would get discovered. And I'm like, for what? Some guy was sitting there talking to one of the girls, and I walked by and I just started cracking up because he was telling her how he had this public access TV show and he'd love to have her on. She was like, "Oh my gosh." I'm like, okay, public access, honey. Yeah, no.
Yeah, relax.
That super chat is, there you go.
Look at that. Stealth X5 for 50 big ones. And all he says is, what? I'm not sure why he's what.
I have to run.
What?
What'd you say, John?
I got to go.
What?
No.
I got to.
All right.
John, thank you for dropping in. I'm going to send you a link every week. Feel free to drop in whenever you want.
Thank you, John.
Okay. Y'all take it easy. It was good being here.
Thanks,
Cool.
John.
Hey, John.
All right.
Yep.
Bye.
There you go. The great John Beatty.
What did we say?
House. How about that?
What did you guys say?
Yeah, no, don't go, John.
I got to run.
And it was Dan
Somebody offended him.
saying how good he feels about his artwork. It made him.
Aaron, you missed a super chat
Hey, I got the big one
from Gollum Wolf.
Well, Gary, you're supposed to like.
No,
don't sit there and say, "Oh, Aaron, you missed." That's not my. That's your responsibility.
I blew the thing.
Oh well, okay. Golem Wolf for $4.99. He says, "I'll be getting my first table at a small con near me in June. Any tips on how to prepare for it?" Well, okay. First of all, where? Like what town are we talking?
No, I got a tip.
Okay.
Bring the cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the best advice I ever had was from Bill Stout. He kept telling me, Aaron, you gotta get a booth at San Diego, but just at a booth regardless. When you go to a show, get a booth. He says, but, and this is the key, and it sounds dumb, but it's so true. You've got to have stuff to sell.
Yep, you have to have product.
And lots of it.
Right.
Whether that's prints, comics.
Bring more stuff than you think you're going to sell.
Because you won't sell it all, but you might sell a little bit of everything, and you just
because you never know what people want.
Right.
And so you can never second guess it.
Right. And if you're driving there, then you can bring as much crap as you want. It's a little more difficult when you have to fly someplace. You have to be a little more judicious, but
so you think of your work as crap?
Well,
cool crap.
Cool crap. Yeah. No, when I was younger, I did. At least looking back on it, I was like, wow, that was crap. I can't believe I sold any of that stuff. But
heads up, Aaron.
Yes.
Be on your best behavior. Katie's joined.
Hey, let me tell you a little something about Katie.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
No. I went on Katie's show.
You did?
Yeah, so she should be nice to me. I would think that it would.
Well, you should be nice to her because you got to go on her show. That you got it all backwards.
Wait a minute. I'm always nice to her. I'm simply defending myself, Dan.
All right. That doesn't sound like it to me, but
well, I don't know. I don't know whose side you're on, Dan, but you should be on my side.
I'm on Katie's side.
Okay, but remember who pays you to be on the show.
Oh, that's right. All right, I'm on your side.
There you go. Now we're talking. No, I will. As long as Katie continues to be nice to me, I will go back on her show, especially to promote Barbaric Adventures.
Barbaric Adventures magazine.
The chat is claiming that John saw that Katie was in the chat, and that's why he left because he was.
He's worried that
he didn't want to get snipped.
Yeah, well,
according to Clint, he didn't want to get snipped.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got them clippers.
Now look at Katie's got like a puppet, and now she has like an AI of herself. Have you seen that?
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, that Yanafumi or whatever guy makes them for.
Yeah, it's just
we gotta get that guy to make us. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm afraid though. It's like, do you ever notice when these people make AIs of the women, they just make them like beautifully ideal and all this kind of stuff. And then when they make one of you, you go, man, I do not look good.
They half-ass it. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying maybe it's just me. Maybe that's just how I look, and it's like there's no saving it anymore. But
well, you know what it is all the guys who are making these AI programs. They're all putting hot chicks into the program. So.
Yeah, it's their ideal women.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Katie isn't a hot babe. I'm just saying that I
didn't say that either. Wait, don't put words in my mouth.
No, I'm just saying that when they do these AI, they get these really glamorized versions of them, and then when I get AI'd, I'm kind of like, might as well just keep the real me.
Yeah. Right. Just use a real photograph. Why go to all the trouble of
because the AI ain't working. Oh. So do you think Beatty, like the cop, showed up at his house or something?
No, I think him coming on the show was spur of the moment. He's got conventions to plan for.
Now, wait, I was going to say, no, wait a minute. Are you
really?
telling me Beatty's got something better to do? Is that what you're implying?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
You need like the Fabio, program.
Well,
makes you a Fabio version of yourself.
Andy Smith did one actually. You know, me like just ripped and with my shirt open and some chick hanging on my leg and all this kind of stuff. But the face was still bald and had nothing going on. You know what I mean?
Do you have that image available?
Someplace.
No, yeah, sure. It's probably in a frame.
Who was the guy that made everybody into kings? They looked really good. Like they were.
Oh yeah, like Billy Tucci was like had a king out.
Right. But everybody looked good. It was like, wow, it looks, looks awesome. Looks like the person, but
better version.
Yeah, a kingly version of it.
Well, it won't be long before. I shouldn't even say it won't be long because it already is, where we just don't know the difference between real and fake anymore.
Yeah, well, that's already happening. I see a lot of Twitter posts that is like, I think this is fake.
Yep.
But it doesn't look fake.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's kind of
AI is science, not magic, Aaron.
Yeah,
kind of stinks though. You're watching, you see something and you emotionally react to it, then you go, oh, it's fake.
Yep. Well, have you guys seen those? There's just a multitude of these videos where, like, it's usually some woman is like those. What do you call them? Not elevated, but those pools that are glass bottom and they're like on the side of a skyscraper or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the glass breaks and they fall to their death.
Right.
Like, there are
with hilarious consequences.
Yeah, I know. There are a gazillion of those things. The thing is, they look so real. I mean, when the person falls, you can kind of see them breaking apart, so it doesn't hold up. But it just gives me the willies so bad.
I know.
Like heights just, oh, man.
Yeah, I would not go near one of those things.
No, I wouldn't.
It just seems like, you can't, water's so heavy, a pool is so, I mean, how?
Yeah, I would want to, I would want to be there when they were constructing it to make sure it was sound.
Really?
Just trust. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm going to try it out.
Isn't it always like in like Dubai or Indonesia and all the, where they have those like
Singapore. Yeah.
Singapore. And it's like,
and you're thinking, hey, these guys are kind of new to this, aren't they?
That's like they have the tallest buildings in the world, but why do I feel like they're going to fall down at any second?
Yeah. You don't want the construction from the new guy in the block.
Yeah. We got this young guy. We just hired him from. Sure about that.
That would actually, thinking about Carl Potts here, that would be kind of interesting to get him on the show if he doesn't draw, or maybe he wants to draw.
I'm sure he doesn't. People don't. This delusion, man, that people want to come on the show and draw. No one wants.
If we got Carl to come on the show, I would ask him about his ninja skills.
Yeah, yes. I would. Is it true?
Mm-hmm.
What I heard, and then he would be gone.
Phil Lord told me that story.
I'd like to get on here is Michael Golden, and we probably could get him, but we'd have to pay him. That's the problem.
I don't think so.
There's no way
we could pay him in. We just pay him in our clout. That you've been on the Graybeards.
There's no way Renee would let him come on here and draw without us.
Clout.
No, just tell him Renee could sell the artwork after the show.
Oh yeah,
he's not drawing it for us.
That's true.
He's drawing it on the show.
It's true.
Yeah, and then he would sell it anyway. So
exactly.
Oh, get a point there. Approach him and see. I haven't talked to Michael in a while. I need to catch up. Rand Arrington for 10 big ones. Thank you, Rand. He says, we call those fake martial artists.
Who's we? Right?
He's referring to Carl Potts, I believe, isn't he?
No, we did. John did not confirm that story, so it might not be true.
There was a lot of weird stories going around about Marvel editorial and back in the day. But it was so weird. I wanted it to be true. Yeah, I can increase my body mass so a group of you grown men cannot lift me off the ground. Well, there was that story that I think it was when Shooter was in charge at Marvel, like maybe near the end, where was it Ralph Macchio got a bunch of like blocks and elevated his desk up so it was super high, and so that whenever he walked in the room, he was looking down on everybody. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but some people have told me that. I think it was Macchio. So all kinds of shenanigans like that going on, probably on the regular.
Now, when I worked on Shadow Masters, Carl sent me all kinds of stuff, books, videos of ninja people, all that kind of stuff with real like
people.
Ninja.
Oh, okay.
Ninja.
I was about to jack you up, boy.
Oh man. Ja. Pay attention.
He's gonna jack you up, boy.
Wow, Dad.
I really, man, I didn't.
I had no idea.
Yeah. That's just the way we talk here in Michigan. Us Midwestern people are kind of mean.
Gollum Wolf says, based on this show, comics is full of nothing but weird stories. Well,
yeah,
I can imagine.
Here is pretty darn close to true.
Oh, that's probably not. I mean, that's you call that weird? Man, there's probably all kinds of weird stuff.
I can tell you stories that I just you shouldn't.
They're really, the percentage of what I would call normal people in comics is pretty low.
Yeah, it's very minute.
Yeah, in fact, that's kind of almost like a look, like, oh wow, you're normal. Wow.
Yeah, how did you get it?
That's so cool. I didn't even think of that.
You played sports in high school?
What the hell?
That's true.
You have a girlfriend?
You're talking sports. Yeah, if somebody comes by, like you're at a show, you're talking sports with someone, you lose your crowd really quick.
No. Do you remember, Gary, were you at that show at Portland? It was one of the Dark Horse shows when Mike Richardson was doing those Dark Horse shows, and they were just jam-packed with huge name people.
Yeah.
And no one would ever show up.
Remember, were you at the Star Wars show?
Was it a Star Wars show? Or
Hamill was there, Carrie Fisher, who else?
In Portland?
Yeah.
I don't think I was. Wow.
It was big. It was really big.
But I would assume people showed up for that.
Yeah,
right?
It was. I did very well at that show.
I was at a show. Frank Miller was there. McFarlane was there. Byrne was there. Adam Hughes was there. It was.
Was that like during the Legends time of Dark Horse?
Yeah, probably. And it was like there was nobody there. There was a huge line when Frank Miller finally showed up, but in terms of people walking around, it was just tumbleweeds. And I went to 3 or 4 of these. Anyway, the one I was thinking of, Dave Stevens was there. It was one of the first ones. It might have been the first one. Sam Keith was there. He had just done that Aliens book for Dark Horse. And so Sam Keith was there, Dave Stevens, and I'm trying to think of who else. But the Blazers were playing San Antonio in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So it was like 91, maybe 90 or 91 with Drexler, and everybody Mike, because Mike was a basketball player, he played at Portland State, and somebody had a TV and it was set up and we were watching the playoff game during the show. because it was a little slow going.
Yeah, I had done some inking on some of Dark Horse's Star Wars books, and so that's how I got the invite to the Star Wars convention, and it was packed.
Well, I would imagine if they had those guys there, that it would be.
Yeah, and those Star Wars fans, they probably buy anything with Star Wars on it, right?
I could never figure out how Dark Horse could put these shows on with these huge name people and no fans would ever be there. And I don't know if they didn't advertise well or what. But it was, I got in a fight with John Byrne at one of those shows. It's good times.
Good times. I sat next to Hamill at a show.
Oh, really?
And this was before the last wave of films. So he was kind of in limbo in terms of his career.
Yeah.
And nobody came by to talk to him.
Really? Mark Hamill? Seriously?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, nobody came by.
That's funny.
That's weird. I mean, at any stage after Star Wars, you'd think that he would be a...
Yeah, that's really bizarre. Well, we used to do a lot of those Portland shows, and they would have guys like guys from Battlestar Galactica, right?
Right.
And people like that, and it was still pretty slow going.
But I mean, the tables were connected. It was like a long line of tables, and they were all touching. And so I was very close to Mark, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get his spillover. There was no spillover because nobody came to see him.
Oh my
God,
it
was weird.
So
that is wild, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a guest at a convention in Toronto, and I sat next to the villain, one of the major villain in Battlestar Galactica. He was a nice guy. I really had a good time.
So you're saying he wasn't really a villain?
No, not at all. He was a wonderful guy. Yeah.
Well, who's the Richard Hatch? He
showed it was like the king of plastic surgery.
Yeah, well, he was like bombed, so he'd been drinking already. It was 10 a.m. and she had a chick on some young hot thing on either arm. He was, came strolling in late.
But his promotional photo of when he was on the TV series is what he was using to advertise his appearance. And then when you see him in person, he was like, whoa, what happened to you?
He was a little ragged. And but one of my favorite person that I got to sit next to was Erin Gray from Buck Rogers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that.
Oh, my gosh. She's so beautiful. And even as an older woman, she was probably in her 50s, had to been anyway, right? And still beautiful. And
it makes a difference when they take care of themselves. It really does.
But it's funny because Shelley came with me to that show. And we literally were sitting right next to Erin Gray, and that connected.
She's like, never going back to that show again.
No. Shelley sat there and chatted her up. They talked the whole freaking show.
So you thought you were going to have a threesome by the end of the night?
No. Oh my God!
All these years, Erin has kept that secret. Now it takes David Williams to vocalize.
Wait a minute, you never even thought about it?
No,
of course not.
I'm just saying that it was just another prime example of like Shelley and me meeting like celebrities and they loving Shelley and don't remember me.
Yeah. Years ago, I used to do the San Diego Comic-Con every year. I met I forgot her name. Catwoman on Batman.
Really love the
Right.
Newman. Is it
Julie Newmar.
Yeah, Newmar.
What a sweetheart. Oh man. And I mean she was like in her 70s and she looked amazing.
Geez, I'd still hit it.
I plead I plead the fifth.
7 years old, I'd still hit it.
To the bat pole, Judy Newmar.
Yeah, to the bat pole.
Oh my God. Remember when this used to be a kid's show?
Oh.
But it's kind of the exception that most Hollywood, hotties turn into hags because they don't take care of themselves, and then they get plastic surgery.
Well,
And so the few that do take care of themselves and age well, it's kind of
Well, I don't know. I saw her when she must have been much older than when you saw her, and she looked like a plastic doll.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, she didn't look like she'd had any work done when I saw her.
I probably saw her 10 years after you did.
Well,
Okay.
Plastics probably didn't start melting yet.
Yeah, exactly. But it's kind of funny. But if they get this plastic surgery, what's interesting about a lot of them is they photograph really well, but in person they're kind of scary looking.
Yeah, because it just doesn't look,
it doesn't look real.
right.
But when they photograph from the right angle and the right lighting, it just kind of like works.
Yeah. Now with the with the AI, you don't even you can't trust anything there.
Yeah. So you see them in person. But we were in New Orleans at a show, and Paul Ryan and Linda Ryan and me and Shelley were staying there together, and Adam West was at the show, and this was the inaugural New Orleans show.
What?
I don't think I can say it again. The inaugural.
Yeah, that's right. Inaugural.
Yeah.
All my inaugurals up in the house say, what?
All right.
Anyway,
David is just waiting to pounce.
I know.
He's
Anyway,
just thinking, I knew it.
On that note, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Aaron, but I gotta go. I gotta go pick up my son.
Dude, already?
Yeah, he called like an hour ago.
I thought he wasn't done till like 4. You have to leave usually till like 4:30.
No, it's
Are you calling him a liar?
I'm saying that there's stories change. All right. Well, let's take a look real quick. Ooh, that's really nice.
Wow.
Let me see.
That reminds me of Paris Collins.
Yeah, that's cool.
He
I like the
drew
pose.
Blue
Unusual
Beetle.
pose. I like it.
Yeah, he drew Blue Beetle.
All right. You can take off, David. I'm going to keep the show going until I finish
I'm
this.
gonna tighten this up and I'm gonna send it to Gary to ink because
Ooh.
Right up.
There you go. Look at that.
In your face, Beatty.
What you guys are doing is excellent. You guys are kicking butt and taking names.
Well, thank you.
He's talking to me.
Yeah, thank you I'm really happy about that too.
All right, guys. You guys take care.
Okay,
Bye,
see you, man.
Thanks
Talk
for
to you later.
coming along and supporting us.
So, no, wait a minute. So
You didn't do the.
I was right in the middle of something. What was I? Was it any good? Was they telling a good story? I can't even remember.
I do remember being interested.
Ask the chat. They'll know.
What was I
Maybe
talking about?
Yeah, what was Aaron talking about?
Nobody's good. Oh, what if nobody knows what you're talking about? That could be sad.
What? Yeah, could be a new segment. What was Aaron talking about? Adam West. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Yeah. So Adam West was at this show along with Mike TV from Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah, I was at a show
yeah.
where Mike TV was sitting across from me. Boy, was that pathetic.
Yeah, it was dead in there. And so Adam West is just up walking around because he's got nothing to do, right? And you would think even Adam West would get some action at a comic book show, but it was just so dead. And this guy comes up and with his little kid, and of course you never do this. I got caught doing this once too with my son when he was little. He goes, "Look, son, it's Batman. The kid looks up at him and just didn't know who he was, right? And kind of shrugged and walked off. And it was right in front of my table. So I just watched Adam West's expression like, oh, great. And he just keeps on strolling along. But I did that to Uncle Owen from Star Wars. He was at a Portland show and my son was young. Like,
so you said this to your son, it's Uncle Owen.
Yeah. And my son looked at him and you fail to realize that the kids, like, they have an image in their mind of what they look like. This is now 20 years later.
Yeah.
Right.
And my son just did not register at all. And I said, that's okay. And I apologized to Uncle Owen and I said, he's fine. But
yeah, I was at a show. It might have been San Diego where Mike TV was sitting right across from me. And all he had to sell, Mike TV, the actor that played Mike TV as a kid is an adult now.
Right.
And all he had to sell was 8x10 glossies of him as the child Mike TV.
Yes.
And some golden tickets that he had printed up. So he's sitting at this 6 foot, 8 foot table, whatever it was, with those two stacks in front of him.
Wow.
The entire weekend, people just walked by his table. And he just sat there looking at people walking by. It's like, well, what were you expecting? Somebody to like, the adult that used to play this kid, Mike TV, I want to buy an autographed photo of you. It was sad. It really was.
It's funny that, when you get to that stage in your career as an actor or whatever, that's what you're left with.
Mm-hmm.
And I always
at least got that.
Huh?
I mean, at least they have that. I mean, most people don't have any fame at all, so it's like.
Well, no,
cool.
that's true. But when you're going to a show, though, it's like you want some expectation that it's going to be worth your time to go. It's like I've done signings at stores where nobody showed up, and it is so humiliating and embarrassing and boring.
Yeah.
That you sit there and go, I wonder if this ever happened to Frank Miller. No, probably not.
No, Frank Miller, that's who you jumped to.
Yes. I was like,
Frank Miller.
You guys ever meet Frank Miller? I mean, and did you ever talk to him or anything like that? Or
I briefly at a party once. Well, I was with other people that knew him, and so he just, they introduced us, and I said hi and shook his hand and all that kind of stuff. But and then I just kind of stood there and listened to the conversation.
Is he interesting?
He's
one of my favorites, actually. It's not artistically,
nice
but as far as a storyteller, I think he's one of the best.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But I mean, obviously, his art is.
Yes.
What do you think he's been doing lately?
He's been doing covers lately, and but he's getting a ton of money for them, I'll bet.
Yeah. But I kind of wonder when you see those, you almost kind of wonder for a second, is he trolling?
Of course he is. Of course he is.
I think because Frank Miller was always, remember when he had that like classic speech where he went up at the Diamond Convention and just ripped on Marvel when Terry Stewart was just sitting right there in front of him in the audience and just went off on, how they just no creators' rights and they don't treat talent well and just lambasted him. And Terry Stewart, who was the president or whatever at Marvel at that time, was just sitting right there and had to sit there and take it. So yeah, I wouldn't say he's above trolling and saying, hey, you're going to pay me, whatever.
A ridiculous amount of money for 10 minutes of work.
Yep. So.
Yep. Well, it really is the comic companies. They actually, it sounds like DC's a little better at sharing, create like Ethan and Shane. They get some they get some residuals for the characters they create. Marvel didn't do any of that.
No, they're not. They're terrible at it.
And it's just like, you know, it wouldn't hurt them to throw us a bone, you know, like if you make something. And,
no, I agree. DC is pretty good about that, you know, and even with royalties and stuff, they're better than Marvel, at least, you know, have been.
You know, it's frustrating when you get like something from Marvel, I did 30 years ago and said, oh, here's a trade paperback. No money, just here's a trade paperback of the stuff you did. It's like a reminder, hey, you know what? We're going to make money on this stuff you did a long time ago. Just let you know.
You're not, but we are.
Yeah, it's an insult. Yeah, Dark Horse used to do that. They send me stuff that they've reprinted, and it's like an insult. It's like I don't want the book. I want a check.
Yeah, where's my money for?
Yeah, or you know, just buy me a pizza, or you know. You know, it's just something, a gift certificate to Cracker Barrel or something. I don't know.
I recently went to lunch with Mike Richardson and he paid. So I was very, that was very good.
You felt vindicated.
I was like, hey.
All the times you got.
I'll tell you what, though, I did like Dark Horse far more than any other company I worked for. It was my art was starting to come together. That was one thing, but they had an attitude of, you know, what inker do you want kind of thing. That, you know, let's see what we can do for you. Know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And there was just a different feel, and I just liked the whole vibe of the characters and the company at the time. And then when they had that, I forget the name of the group or you know, that series that they had, but it was really cool. Will to Power or something like that. It was a pretty good series, and I liked all the characters. Barbed Wire was kind of fun. Well, Barbed Wire was okay, but the supporting characters were really cool, and I just liked it. Just the way they treated you. It was my favorite, by far my favorite experience in comics was working for Dark Horse.
The problem with Dark Horse is that they had a policy to shortchange creators in the royalty section.
Okay.
I had many phone calls with Dark Horse's head accountant explaining to him why they should be paying me more in the royalty, and had to explain to him the system of the percentage and the sales, and and then because the check that they sent me was, doing my own math, was probably 90% lighter than it should have been.
Oh,
well, did they correct it, or did they just?
They would correct it, but then the next time another situation like that came up, they would do the same thing.
Interesting.
And I probably had 5 or 6 conversations with Dark Horse's head accountant, explaining to him that your math is wrong. So they just kept doing it. In one book I worked on, I was inking over Randy Green.
Yeah.
And they shorted me like 4 figures.
Wow.
in royalties.
That's significant.
And so I called them up. It's, you know, hey, you guys dropped the ball here. And so I had to walk through how royalties were calculated. He actually asked me how I came up with that amount. This was the head accountant at Dark Horse. And then, you know, a couple of weeks later, I would get the check with the correct amount. And so I thought, you know what, if they used whatever system they used for me with Randy Green, Randy got shorted too. So I was expecting Randy to call me up and thank me for the, you know, the bonus check that he got, and he didn't. And so I called Randy up and said, hey, you know, did you get an adjusted royalty check? And he said no. So they didn't correct Randy's. So Randy called him up and said, hey, I just spoke to Gary. So that they did that for years.
Well, they probably think a lot of creators aren't even paying attention to that sort of, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because artists don't know math.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, it's just when when it's a situation where you know they did it to another artist and they purposely don't tell them. So no,
Pretty
Dan,
bad.
they were not a good company to work for. It was all perception.
Okay, well, maybe I'm just speaking creatively. Frankly, that's maybe it.
Yeah, you know, I never pursued like royalties or anything when I did stuff for Dark Horse because I figured.
Well, they didn't put out that many books that made royalties.
Right.
So when you were on a book that did make a royalty, you know, you're all over it. You're not going to take it for granted.
Yeah, it's
yeah, and don't get me started on my inking book that they published. Boy, that was a fiasco.
It's unfortunate that you get in situations where you have to sort of police that stuff when it should just be sort of.
Well, yeah, you take for granted. It's like, oh yeah, they know what they're doing. You got to watch them like a hawk. And most companies are like that. Most publishers are like that. Even Marvel and DC are like that.
I've told the story where they sent a videographer out to my house, Marvel did, or I should say, Marvel hired these people to do like a special feature CD to go along with their Planet Hulk animated movie that they were releasing, right? And this guy, you know, from LA or wherever, flew up here, interviewed me in this very studio about that project, right? And then the thing comes out, I got 0 credit anywhere, not even a mention. And I'm on the special, they interviewed me at length on the special CD. I got no mention of credit anywhere. I was like, so people watching are like, who is this guy?
Who's this guy?
Anybody didn't show your name in the.
No, nothing.
That's hilarious.
It said based on the series, Planet Hulk series by Greg Pak and Carlo Paglione. And Rusty. No.
Yeah. And Rand Arrington is asking, all 3 of the inking books are just the one. It was just the first volume. Volumes 2 and 3, or just say the collection. Chris Warner was my editor on those 2, and Chris knew what he was doing, so I didn't have any problems with those. But the first one was, I could fill a show just talking about that.
Hey, speaking of books, is it Gary's bargain books time yet?
Well, it's kind of late.
Oh, you got her. Well, you know, we had Beatty come in and
Beatty was on. I can do 2 books next week.
Why don't we take a moment here as we're getting close to the very end of the show and
wait, no Gary's Beef either?
Yeah, we're gonna do Gary's Beef right now.
Okay.
So here we go. I'm running the intro, folks.
Cool.
What's Gary's Beef?
Okay, Gary, take it away.
If you read the chat, you notice every show there's always a theme, a scenario of old guy jokes. And they start, some of them start before the show even begins.
Yes.
That they lay in these old guy jokes. Gary is so old that, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So I'm going to preempt old guy jokes. I'm going to lay in with some of my own, and hopefully I will put this to rest once and for all.
Oh, I'm sure it will, Gary.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Which underwear brand do seniors love best? It
I don't
depends.
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
Yeah, so these are like dad jokes, but senior dad jokes.
Yes.
Okay.
How is the moon like dentures? Both come out at night. Where can single men over 60 find younger women who are interested in them? In the bookstore under fiction.
That wasn't that good.
I've decided whatever age I am is the new 30.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, why not? What you got? What else? What a choice? What option do you have? You know,
Death is our only other option at this point.
A woman is sitting at a bar when an older gentleman sits down beside her and asks, "So, do I come here often?"
I like that one. That one's good.
At my age, getting lucky means finding my car keys on the first try.
Yeah. Of course, that's been the story of my life, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't age; it had nothing to do with that one.
Yeah.
I'm like a fine wine, getting better with age, but too much of me gives people headaches.
That one's good too.
And last but not least,
Yeah, here it comes.
the hardest part about getting old is trying to remember what I was complaining about.
Mm-hmm.
We already did that in this show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I don't think, Gary, that that's going to put anything to rest, and more,
No,
and
probably
probably more
not.
than likely
No.
will inspire more.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, creative phase already piling on. Gary, you got to embrace them and pretend to be an immortal being when it comes to the jokes about being alive in the distant past. Yeah.
Well, there's one thing you made a mistake, or there actually is a continuation to one of those comments when you said about how does an old guy meet younger women or get a younger woman.
Right.
How'd that go again? Give me that one again.
Where
Or something.
I like the one where do I come here often?
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
But the reality is you can get younger women if you've got money. You didn't mention that.
Oh yeah.
That helps.
Oh well, that
That rules out all the comic
that
artists.
counts me out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just saying, if you had
Theoretically.
money,
Yeah, theoretically, if you had money.
theoretically, all right.
But no, that sounds actually young women sound a bit of a nightmare, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah. It's funny, I saw this thing on Instagram, and again, who knows if it's true or not, but I mean, it's true that this woman posted this and said this, but it might have just been, fiction. But she goes, I asked my husband if he would remarry, if I died. And she went into this long dissertation about what her husband told her, which was essentially, he's like, no, I would never get married again. I would just hire a babysitter to watch the kids, although the kids were old enough. So I guess, what do you say, a nanny, I guess, or a housekeeper. That's what it was. I'd use your life insurance money to pay for a housekeeper, and then I would just get hookers. But there's no way I'm ever getting remarried again. And he was like really offended by this. I thought it was hilarious.
And that's a question only women. Only the wives ask the husbands. Husbands
Right.
don't ask the wives that question.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, if I die, don't go back to your old girlfriend. You're like, okay, that wasn't even like that wasn't even
Something you were pondering.
Yeah,
Yeah, first you got to check if she's alive at our age.
right. And my old girlfriend's probably dead, so. Probably.
Yeah, it's always shocking that we think we don't age. But then we see someone, oh yeah, I remember that girl in high school. She was cute. And then you see her picture on Facebook. Whoa!
You're like, who's that old lady?
Yeah,
Like,
really, it's weird.
wait.
Sometimes you get that one where you kind of dodged a bullet, like, oh yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
like, oh man, I was really interested in her at some point.
Yep.
That's the funny thing. If you haven't seen somebody in like, am I still there, or did you guys lose me?
You're still here.
We can hear you.
But my screen went black. I wonder what happened there.
You're frozen.
So, you know, you haven't seen somebody.
Whoa, what the heck? What was that?
Yeah, now you.
Maybe he's not real, Gary. Do you think?
Yeah, maybe Aaron is AI.
Yeah, it could be. Where we got the AI Aaron, maybe. Yeah.
We lost Aaron, so that means Gollum Wolf, you're going to have to wait for your super chat. I do see it.
I could do your Garen's bargain books.
But what I was saying is that we think we are the same, and then when we see someone that we knew when we were younger, they look old, but they think the same thing when they see us.
They're looking, going, yeah.
Look at that teaser.
Yeah.
All right, there I am. Yeah, so you see, I forgot what I was saying again.
Oh man,
was it interesting?
We were talking about old people and memories.
Well, yeah, it's like
okay,
you haven't seen
Aaron. While you're remembering,
okay. Let's see, where are we at? Golem Wolf for $9.99. Thank you, sir. He says, when young, your body is a dictatorship. Your brain gives a command and your body obeys. At some point, a revolution happens, turning your body into a full-blown democracy where everything gets a say.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I was just...
And there's sometimes revolutions, and...
I was following up on your point, Gary, that it's like, you know, you have memories of a person, well, it was an old girlfriend, old friend, whatever, but you haven't seen them for like 40 years, right? So in your mind, they're still, you know, they're still 20 or whatever,
yeah,
25.
16,
and then you run into them and it's like, who's that freaking old person? And like, they're thinking the exact same thing about you.
But when I dream about someone, if I've known them for years, they're always young in my dream.
It's because we see
like my daughter is like that. My brother is like that. That I dream of them as, like, my brother is only a few years younger than I am, and I dream about him all the time, and he's always a kid.
Interesting.
So somehow that's how I remember him. My daughter the same way. When I dream about her, if she's in a dream, she's always a kid. She's never an adult.
Well, see, your daughter, that's all I remember her as being a kid.
Yeah.
That's the last time I've seen her. I mean, I think you showed a picture or something of her, you know, on this show before, but I'm like,
yeah, but she's in her 30s.
Yeah. She was like this, had long curly hair or whatever. And she was, I don't know, like 11 or something, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And,
well, yeah, it's funny with girls, with women, the ones that sort of age better are the ones that are a little more, I don't know, they were a little more leaner, or you kind of like, you know, the ones that are really cute, had that baby face cuteness. They kind of don't seem to age because their beauty was based on their, you know, their beautiful skin and you know, cute, you know, features. But, you know, it's like the ones with a little more, you know, I don't know what you call it, masculine or, you know, stronger features, they tend to stay the same versus the other ones kind of, you know,
well,
leaner.
Yeah.
Gollum Wolf says, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Gollum Wolf says, Gary prefers to remember the good old days when picture shows were a nickel.
Hey, we went and saw Star Wars for $1.25 on because they had the afternoon matinee. So that wasn't, you know.
Yeah, I remember dollar movies like during the day.
Yep.
Yeah, because you went at night, that was prime time, or everybody went.
You have to pay like $3.50.
Right, but
yeah, that was
on the afternoon, which we would do all the time. That summer that Star Wars came out, we had nothing to do. We'd go watch Star Wars. and pay $1, you know.
For $1, yep.
Yeah. I think I saw that movie in the theater about 5 times. It's the only movie I really did that with.
Oh, dude, I saw it more than that just because, like I said, I mean, when I literally that summer was summer of what, 77, I guess. So I was how old was I? 13. So couldn't drive, right? So we'd walk.
Right.
The theater was probably, I don't know, 2 mile, or maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles from our house. And we would just walk. We didn't have anything to do. Oh, let's go watch Star Wars. And we just watch Star Wars.
Again. Before VHS and stuff. That was wild.
Yeah.
I was visiting someone. Oh, my uncle years ago lived in Long Beach, and he had a nice house with a swimming pool, and you know, so we like going down there and visiting him from when I was living in San Jose, in California. And this was around that time that, oh, what do you want to do today? I don't know. Let's, you know, what's playing at Grauman's Chinese Theater?
Yeah.
Star Wars. And so we went to see Star Wars at that theater, and there was nobody there. Nobody.
Well, I did that recently. Josh and I, when Josh was working at Legacy, my son Josh was working at Legacy Special Effects as an internship when he was still in college. We went down we drove down there so we could have a car and everything, and I flew back and I went and visited DC, and it was in Burbank. So we went down to Hollywood Boulevard and went in, and I think we watched, unfortunately, Superman versus Batman or whatever that movie was.
Mm-hmm.
in Mann's Chinese Theater, and it was in the afternoon. There was nobody there.
Yeah,
it was crazy. You walk into the most famous movie theater in the world, and there's nobody there.
Nobody was there. Yeah, it's not Grauman's anymore. It's Mann's.
Yeah,
that doesn't have the ring to it. Mann's Chinese Theater.
I thought they just shortened it from Grauman's to Mann's, but maybe I don't know.
No, I don't.
The thing is, why go to the theater anymore when you got pretty big, screen TVs? You can get almost the same effect. You got surround sound. You got if you have it hooked to your speaker, and you don't have to go anywhere. It's like just what?
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm done, and that's all I care about. And I got 20 minutes to get ready for Star Trek V, which was the worst movie ever. I watched it again last night. Ugh. But anyway, so let's
take Undiscovered Country? Or what?
No, The Final Frontier. It's the one that Shatner came up with the story and directed. Ugh.
The one they look for God or something?
Yep. There we go. There you go.
Oh, it's nice.
E-Man.
In color.
That's good, Aaron.
Some dullards in the chat are wondering who E-Man was.
I feel really good about it.
Yeah,
I saw that character and I said no.
That's very cool. Yeah, Joe Staten drew E-Man. Right?
Yeah.
Joe Staten was the first professional artist I ever inked.
I met Joe at a show in where was that? Someplace we had Mexican food. Was that in Texas? Maybe. Can't remember. Oh. Anyway, there you go.
Hang on a second. I lost my camera. Damn it. Hang on. Sorry. Lost the old camera.
Every once in a while.
What do you mean you lost the camera? It's there, Dan.
It just won't work for it.
Didn't go anywhere. It's still there.
Yeah, so I got a little extra time here, Gary. So I did a little colored pencil there.
Yeah, I like it. It's like a modern E-Man.
It is. He doesn't have those crazy sideburns that the old one did in 1973.
The pork chops.
Yeah. Oh no, look at Nicole. I'm looking at the cover to #1, which I pulled up for reference for the costume, and it's signed Cutie and Staten, and that's Nicola Cutie, right? Or Cootie?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so I guess he penciled it and Joe inked it. That's very strange because I thought this was all Joe's stuff. And there's Dan, Fuzzy Dan, we call him.
Yeah, you
Can't
are a
get it to
blur,
work,
Dan. Gollum Wolf wants to know, Aaron, how you got the pencil so smooth. He says when he does it, it's grainy.
It is grainy if you get up super, super close. It's just.
Do you use a blending pencil?
No, what I do use though occasionally, or not occasionally, but regularly when I do colored pencil work, is I will use tissue paper.
Okay.
Or tissue, like blow your nose with or whatever.
Yeah.
And use that, or my finger, but a lot of times I'll use a tissue and rub
there you go.
it, and that smooths it.
There's some tradecraft right there.
Yeah.
I can't seem to get this thing it's my phone is so touchy at the moment. Like, it sucks.
The other thing to keep in mind, if you want to trade secret, is Dan is desperately trying to figure out how to work his camera. If you cross hatch your colored pencils, that will, and layer it over the top, and you just continue to cross hatch over the top lightly. Don't press super hard. But lightly cross hatch, that will help create more of a smoother look to the pencils too.
Okay, I'm holding steady. Just show it real quick because I'm holding steady.
Here we go.
And it's still
what a butt
blurry
on that dude, man. Look at that muscle butt you gave him.
Is he wearing like riding pants? What do you call those? Like Rocketeer pants?
I put a little bit of that to it, but I that's a holster on the other side.
He did not miss leg day in the gym.
No, look at that,
man.
Well, I figured I'm drawing him from the side. I got to make something impressive, and so I just went with
It's got super butt there. No, that's a nice piece. I like the heavy shadows again. Really give it volume. From what I can see, it's kind of blurry, but
is it really?
I can pick out the.
Is my hand clear?
It looks watery. Leg kick for 5 says, just for you, Aaron. Well, it's not just for me. We get spread around, but thank you. Hope to see you here at SummerCon. I am going to contact them to see if about going there. So there you go.
Yeah, let me know if they have any.
Their communication
that never works out, but
their communication is so bad. If they say to me, hey, Aaron, yeah, you can come, we'll set you up, I will not hear from them again, no matter how many times I contact them, until like 3 days before the show. And half the time they'll put me on the website. Sometimes they won't. So I will not know until I get my hotel information, whether or not I'm actually going.
Right. Because
they do it every year. So I'm just used to it at this point. All right, guys, that's going to do it. David had to leave early, unfortunately, so we didn't get to see his finished Blue Beetle, which was looking pretty good. Dan, now Dan, wait a minute, now Dan's in focus. Let's try this again. Oh yeah,
there it is.
There we go. That's nice.
Okay, Dan, get that wonderful print out of there so we can concentrate on the original art.
Go to my website.
Oh,
it's available. Only a 90 left.
Matthew Mumas says, I would say it's a tie, but Aaron added color, so Aaron wins. Thank you very much. What? It's not a competition, but I do appreciate you saying that.
Well, Dan's going to color his later.
Not really. I don't do that as much anymore because I don't get paid,
Yeah, nothing in it for you. But since Aaron's been declared the winner
by one guy.
Well, hey, that's a guy Zaid Comics for 10. Thank you, Phil. He says, great show, guys. David won. Oh my gosh. Hope everyone checks out my new comic, The Man with No Strings. It's a weird Western. Issues 0 and 1 are finished and shipping out next month. Pre-orders are on our site. So zaidcomics.com, you can order right there from his site.
I love that title, A Man with No Strings.
Yeah,
it sounds like a movie title, right?
It does. Sounds like a Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah,
or something. Okay, look at that. What paper did you use, Dan?
Just bristle.
Okay,
Smooth
it was
finish.
From your camera. It looked like it was textured, but
it looked textured.
It's smooth finish.
Okay.
It's just Yeah, it was just your camera doing weird things. It's doing it again.
Oh, good.
Very dynamic pacemaker.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
that guy does not have heart problems.
Yeah. The updated version now, of course, has not for kids. I couldn't believe that, you guys. I could not believe that when I saw that. I mean, we're talking full nudity in that show.
Yeah, it's like you would think, because kids would probably think, oh, it's a superhero show, and you know, a lot of parents don't check.
Yeah,
I mean,
actually, at a certain part of the story, they had Hawkman and the Green Lantern guy show up. So if there was a tie-in, if you know the kids like the movies, like, here, kids, you know.
Yeah,
I did not see that movie. I am shocked.
It's not a movie. It's a TV.
Is that available on Amazon?
It's a TV series.
Okay.
It was not a movie.
But I would not have expected to see that.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. But it's really it's no holds barred. It's kind of like that, you know. But here's the thing: is as an adult though, that has a point. This is a low point in his life. There's a low point in the story where he kind of hit rock bottom. So kind of fit in there. If you watch the whole thing, it does actually have somewhat of a decent moral message. These people finding each other, becoming close friends. It was well written, I guess, but it's definitely not for kids. It's
and how many times did you watch the series?
Became very interested. Also, I lost interest.
I had to watch it over and over again because I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Right.
All right, we're going to wrap this up, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the super chats. So a shout out to John Beatty for coming on. That was great. Good to see him finally on the show. And I guess maybe we can expect him to drop in pretty frequently now. Let's hope so.
Unless he got a phone call. Somebody's like, get off that show.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You'll never work in this town again.
Yeah, you ruin your career.
Oh my gosh. All right, everybody. Remember, Barbaric Adventures magazine is going to be launching here very soon, probably definitely within the next 2 weeks. And the early sign up, you'll find a link in the description of this video. You'll find a link to Gary's book, Brush with Destiny. If you'd like to order that and check it out, there's a link, take you right there. Of course, Dan Lawless's website for original art is also listed in there. So please support your local Graybeard, check those things out. And if they're interest you, pick something up. So anyway, thank you guys. We will see you next week right here on Graybeard's studio. Good night, everybody.
Corn dogs. Corn dogs. Corn dogs.